We'll see how it works.
We'll see how it works. It's probably going to be a jumbled mess, except for...
First, we should have a burping contest.
It's just kind of
next to it.
muffled. It's...
He's recording it, so...
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Chris didn't get it.
This way, if I miss anything, I can listen to it later.
Alright, so
what did he... I can't remember, it's been like a while. What did he ask us to do?
Daniil wanted you to go out to this ship half an hour away from Eros that is a rogue ship from his company that had stolen some of the alien materials and were developing weapons with them. And he's not okay with that, because he wants, he doesn't want them using alien tech to develop weapons and then sell it on the black market. So he wants you guys to go out and, just deal with them in whatever way is necessary, whether that is, taking the weapons from them, whatever it may be. And so, you're not far from that place. You're just, you're on Eros right now. It's only about half an hour's flight out.
Alright. Heidi, I think you're going to be hacking their system.
And he wants them mostly alive.
Yeah, he doesn't...
No, I just want the guns.
He doesn't want them hurt if there's any way, he wants them to be dealt with by the law rather than to be hurt if there's any way for you to deal with them non-lethally.
Shiny!
Because I remember that he said something about, what was it? It was just that, he wants them to face the law. He doesn't want them to be just, no vigilante justice here. So.
Yeah, good luck with that.
No assassination.
That's right.
On just one or two.
Yeah.
We're talking about, detective work here.
So my guy's out of this one, alright.
Heck no!
You can still shoot their kneecap.
Seriously. There's lots of things you can do that are not legal.
So yeah, you are on board the ship, and Luana is with you, and...
Have we taken off yet?
That's up to you. You can take off at any time you want, though.
I think the only thing stopping us right now from taking off was just fuel and provisions, whatever.
You have the money to purchase fuel, and after everything that went down, and so there's fuel is really easy to buy. It's not like we can just basically say that by now you can have gone and just bought the fuel cells and everything.
And a few extras.
We planned
Yeah, plenty of fuel cells.
A little extra ammo for Russell.
Yay!
And
Did I get a railgun yet?
No.
We could actually go out and get a
You've only been on the ship like a day.
Huh?
So,
Sam, go out and get a little mini stun gun.
Yeah, you can have that by now. We'll just say that you can have gotten it, at some
And
point.
taser.
Could have happened.
Yes.
Set to kill.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Like
Apply
you could
for
have
3
little
minutes.
gas things on it, and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Daniel,
And,
set the disco.
A little, maybe a poison dart.
Yeah. So you want to be Bat Sam.
Well, I think that Sam just likes technology.
Yeah. It's just I'm just remembering
screwdriver.
the gas gun that Batman had in the animated series. He used the.
Yeah.
Push a
I
button,
think
it rotates.
she
I'm
just
sorry, I
tries
can
to
just
find
see a
the
little
most
dial
technologically
that
savvy stun
goes
gun.
from Honey Rabbit to Turtle.
Yeah. So you guys are all stocked. You have made any purchases you wanted to, and you can leave.
Good. I'm
at
taking
your-
that as I have the railgun.
No.
You heard that. Any purchases I
Should I
made.
get some?
There's no railgun sitting on an asteroid.
No railguns apart from the ones that are already mounted on the Reclamation. They're.
Sam
Plasma
also got a
rifle?
mini dagger for me, you know?
If you want, yeah.
I think it was just a pistol.
Okay.
Yes, you can have it.
Just for now.
What am I allowed to have?
You're any kind of weapon
Ballistic.
that is reasonable for a person to have on their person, to
Plasma
actually
rifle?
carry. Plasma rifles don't. They're the technology
Plasma
is.
I have designs for one.
He sticks a
It's
needle in
very
his arm
epic.
to get plasma.
And he squirts it in.
That's how I was picturing it.
It's just a squirt gun, just a super soaker. It's
Okay, fine.
Yeah, the technology in the universe
Too much
right
shot, you
now
drained.
doesn't support a plasma rifle. That's not to say it won't ever, but at this point in time, it's not there yet.
We will see for now. We will see.
Basically, if you built a plasma rifle, it would be roughly the size of a car, and you could fire it once before you'd have to charge it for a month. It would be very.
Currently.
Yeah, currently, things could change.
It's basically Thrag's chew toy.
So,
Yummy.
Alright, I'll just take a minigun. Is that okay?
He's out there with a gangster
We've,
hat.
like planned like, what we're gonna do, like
Yeah.
strategy.
Yeah,
before
you
we
can
get-
strategize.
Probably a good idea.
So,
So the only information that we've gotten from Daniel is just that we need to go and check and see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, that they're like he gave you their coordinates. He gave you the stats of their ship, like
Okay.
so you know what their ship is like.
well, wait. So, she'd have enough information then to hack it easily.
Yeah,
Okay.
Theoretically.
Yeah, wouldn't it just because it's his ship, right? So we'd have all the
Yeah.
information.
yeah.
on it.
He
So yeah, you
Just
could
give them all
hack
the-
it, shut down all their systems, and then we could stand
Or
off
could
from
we
there.
like gas them, like with something that they can fall asleep and then sneak in?
We'd have to make.
Well, do we know if this is like a military operation? Is that what we're doing, or is it just like go in and see what's going on before we start gassing people and shooting them in the kneecaps?
Yeah, well,
He said, like, I'm just trying to figure this out here. I mean,
I can shoot kneecaps.
I know, but before we start shooting kneecaps, we gotta make sure we know what we're getting into. Otherwise, it'd
Oh,
be like
wrong
the alien
guy.
where we shoot the kneecaps out and it like opens up a chest and eats us. You know, so we gotta know what's going on first. So is it just like a fact-finding mission? Is that what we're on? Is that what he said?
He wants you to go in and take care of things. He wants you to he said that they might even be able to be reasoned with. It's just that they they're not necessarily hostile. You don't
Okay.
know. Like
Did
they're
anyone
just-
take pictures for Instagram?
Look up on his Facebook
He was the
status.
alien. Here's a short clip of what they
No.
did to the scientists.
It's just like the biomutant from our our first adventure. It's just like no filter selfie.
Hashtag say what?
Hashtag sassy.
Duck face.
Wait.
It looks
Okay,
normal.
this is gonna sound bad, but what is the hashtag thing?
It's
Grouping.
just
Man,
it's
you're
just a way
old.
that, yeah, it's just a way that like on the internet things are organized. Like on Twitter, if you want to find a bunch of tweets, like
Okay.
a bunch of Twitter tweets, as the kids say, like then
Okay.
you can like search for a hashtag and it just groups them together by the hashtags that they
It's
put
like if you
on.
had something
Oh,
hashtag
that
Duck
face
Dynasty.
tube.
Anything
Yeah.
Duck Dynasty
Oh, I
would
should
fall
think of
under
what
it.
I get.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know, but
I didn't either until like mostly now. I knew a
This
little
very
bit
moment,
before.
like-
I had to make fun of you just because I'm older than you and I still don't know what it is either. So
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny because I saw it on CNN and I was like, I
Hashtag.
never caught on. Apparently it's a Twitter thing, which makes sense because I never liked Twitter.
and it's
Yeah.
expanding into Facebook a little bit too,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Anyway, so basically they've gone off the grid. He just wants to make sure what's going on.
Yeah, he wants to check in. He knows they are using alien materials to try to develop a weapon, and that they're trying to sell it on the black market. And he doesn't want that to happen because they basically Ven Orbital has been studying some of the alien tech very quietly, and
Do they have any of the liquid stuff?
they don't have any of the biomaterial.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it was just like very.
If they
selective.
did, I'd be going back for a bigger gun.
Position.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you
Go back for another
Got-
big flamethrower.
Yeah, you can
Flamethrower.
you can get
What?
a gun.
And then just something.
You picking up a gun?
Whoa.
What
hey,
a politician.
we're limiting you to a pea shooter.
Can have a gun. Not throwing now because those are really cool.
Yeah,
Like that. Putting that hat on the shoulder. And then.
it's pretty easy to buy stuff on Eros, and you guys have a lot of resources at the moment. So
Then-
I've got the most!
yeah,
Wait, I thought I had the most.
Well, that's because
Both
you're a
of you have quite
retainer.
bit,
Who has more though?
Is it cheating to have like brass knuckles that can send
Okay, well, technically you have more in
But
fraud
you
accounts
can
than I
do it
do.
like they you can.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, some of those.
It really
Yeah,
hurts,
like how,
but it's all locked up and I can't touch it.
Just
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
Do they have thumb drives at this, or at this point, is it all done through loose?
Dan, what do you think about this?
Like storage is
Having brass knuckles, but, like,
so
they kinda, like,
advanced that
when you
kind
punch
of,
it, it helps like do like electric
there's-
charge, so it's like
You
it
mean
takes
like
like,
it
vibro
takes
knuckles?
almost no space to hold anything.
Star Wars, they've got
like,
vibro blades
Yeah.
that are like
So
basically
like if I
like a
wanted
normal
to,
blade,
like,
but they kind of
Get
vibrate.
something on, like for my
And it
computer,
creates, like, almost
put it in their
electromagnetic
system,
shock
like
field.
directly
Oh,
because
okay.
they're
That's what the
Yeah,
lightsabers
they're-
are
Would I
based
need
off.
to get some kind of like?
There'd be standard
But yeah,
interfaces.
I think it's
for it,
feasible.
that you'd, like a standard kind of like
I don't know if it's feasible in
USB
this
protocol kind of
universe,
thing.
but
where,
I think it'd be a good idea.
things that, yeah, you
I mean, especially where
Like,
you're
stick in
building up
there
your physique and
to,
fight
like,
abilities.
Use some program to like look through their stuff or
Yeah.
download things on.
yeah, yeah, you can prepare that because you have time.
I'm thinking of that, or like, you know, like the kind of things like where you can't hold it and you can like hit with it like that.
Cool.
Oh, like the tonfas?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that was like a little shock thing.
Now
To it.
throw a whole piece on me.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think anything is good. Yeah. Nice little extra physical.
So if all of you have acquired everything that you want,
Yes, it's
like,
something that shocks and that you can use in hand-to-hand combat. I'll give you details.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that should
Kind of a
never mind.
combination between
I'll be
brass
quiet.
knuckles and a tonfa, you know.
What?
Nothing. I need to be quiet. It's bad.
See, this is why I'm recording this, because this is awesome.
Yeah.
I might have to plug in after a while. I think I'm only 48%. So,
Yeah.
we'll see how
Oh,
it
do you
goes.
want me to grab my iPod
Charger?
My
Yeah.
charger.
Oh,
It just
Yeah,
attaches
Like,
on.
you know,
Yeah.
you could probably find one and buy it, but it like, what are you gonna do? Just
Yes,
like
yes,
carry
yes.
it around with you just in case. Like,
Just have it
it's-
strapped to your back and you're like limping.
No, Daniel's going to carry it for me.
Yeah, well, Bucky. I got my own crap to carry around.
That just allowed me to use BattleTech.
I was trying to think about like how Sam could like take her laptop around with her everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe she has like, well, it's like a pretty thin laptop.
Yeah.
Maybe she has like a little, you know, people when they're traveling, how they have like things underneath their clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it would be like on her back, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it would like zip.
I think a
and then
rocket
get
launcher would be
underneath her.
sweet.
Yeah.
That way she could keep it.
Especially in the
around
close
there.
confines of a
You
stupid
could do that.
spacecraft.
By the end of this adventure, there may
Dog.
be something that would make that unnecessary. That's all I'll say. Like,
There you go,
just-
David.
we'll-
This is a
we'll
new
get to
weapon.
Okay.
it. Yeah. Just like a rocket launcher.
Everybody, watch out!
That's a good idea.
Oh, there we go. Grenade launcher.
Yep. Never a better idea than explosives on boards a spaceship. Where just like, you know, it's like there is basically just a thin crust of like aluminum foil between you and nothingness.
Can I have this as a friend?
That's what the other looks like. That we're going to see.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Look, I could have had one as a friend, but David said to kill him, so
That's
I
right.
did.
Why? I mean, you know.
Sam get like an external hard drive and put everything on her computer and on that as backup.
Yeah. You can be
That's it.
plenty backed up. Like,
We'll see how it goes, power-wise. Worst comes to worst, we might be able to
So let's get started.
plug it in anyway.
We did. You were sort of.
Oh, moving more.
Oh.
I'll come up with my weapon later.
So,
I still don't know what I'm
so what do we want to do?
Your brass
Gun,
knuckles, but you
knife,
can like
knife,
get a little
gun.
attachment to like get it like here.
Yeah, something like that. It'll basically load in. Sorry, go for it.
Huh?
I haven't. Were you talking? You're asking questions?
Oh, I was just like, oh, we want to do one.
Gotcha. What the crap is that? Oh, a flamethrower.
No, you know what this one is, right, David?
it looks familiar, but I don't.
District 9 is the lightning gun.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been a
Yeah.
while since I saw District 9.
Alright, anyway.
You've seen District 9?
Yes.
I love District 9. It's a great movie.
I swear like 6 million F words.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's hilarious. My brother rented it. He had watched
Let's
it.
not get sidetracked. Like, let's.
Wait,
like-
it'll just take a minute. But so he had watched it and said, oh yeah, it was okay. And so I started watching and he was standing there next to me and I didn't hear any swear words for the first 20 minutes or so. And he's like, holy crap, I didn't realize how much swearing there was. And then I heard all the rest of them and I'm like,
Don't!
I was missing all of this? Holy
How
crap.
could you miss it?
Sorry.
Alright,
Nice.
so
Okay, so we're gonna come up with a plan. Are we gonna just walk in, just... I guess we won't want to dock with them until we know the situation.
Well, that's why I kind of
Are they selling anything? Because we could pretend like we're looking
Merchants
to.
or whatever.
Yeah.
once you get close enough to them, you can scan their ship before you arrive as well, before you even open communications.
Well, let's
so
go to
it's-
scan the ship then.
So we're gonna take
All
off, or
agree?
is there anything else we need?
I always said we pull the gas. Like a chamber before we get there.
No.
It's on the outside of the ship, you nugget.
No, it's on the inside.
No. Remember, we're on spaceship. In space.
So why can't
Can
I
we
have
like
Sucked
turn
out
off
30
all
seconds
the
a day.
lights on their spaceship and then we can get like goggles that make it so we can see?
Yeah, yeah, you could do that. It's-
Oh my goodness.
what?
anyway, if you are on the ship at the moment talking about your plans, then you get a communications, like there's a call
That's
coming in
cool.
That could
in the
work.
communications room.
No.
So
Why?
you guys can
Incoming call.
950
What, the
years in the
Nokia?
future, the only thing that has survived is the Nokia, like the Nokia ringtone.
Ringtone.
Anyway, you answer the call, and you see Rosie.
Woohoo!
And Rosie says, it's like, hey, I think our boss, I think this might be serious. Did our boss call you in on this one too?
Yeah.
Yep, definitely did.
She says, well, I guess I'll see you out there then.
Alright.
Do we have to deal with space zombies again?
Yeah. Lots of them.
Yeah.
They're only coming after you. They went your brains, not mine.
Wait.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna better take off and meet up with Rosie.
Did we decide what we wanted to do?
We're gonna go.
Well, we got a half
scan
hour to
distance.
get out there, so
Yeah, we're gonna scan them at a distance first and see how things are going there.
yeah, we'll scan them up, see what they're doing, meet up with Rosie, see if she has any other information or if she's got anything from her scans, and go from there.
Yeah, on the call, Rosie says that she's already there. Like, she's like, I'm already out here. I'm like, kind of
Can
holding
she do the
back
scan
out.
while we're coming up?
She
then?
has been scanning, and it tells you guys, like, it's just like, I can't. I'm getting weird readings off of it. I don't really know what's. You're
I
just
know,
still
man.
looking at guns.
That could work.
Well, I gotta pick out what
Focus
I...
on
Whoa,
death and
that's not
zombies.
Yeah.
it. They changed guns on me.
That's why I saw from that.
But yeah, she says, I can't quite make sense of these readings. There's.
That's why I saw.
Okay, good.
I don't know. It's like there aren't any. They should be at least having some kind of communications for, like, if they're at all connected to anything, there should be something like, packets of data should be sent. And she's like, there's nothing coming off the ship. So it's just.
Is there any creepy blue lights?
It's like, she's like, I'm not inside the ship. Antonio.
I'm sorry, I had a bad experience with this zombie thing last time. Okay, just
Yeah, I was there. I didn't like it any more than you did.
I didn't have the flamethrower.
sorry. Continue.
And somehow,
I don't know how that worked out. But
somehow I helped you shoot him through the head.
no, that was me. My adrenaline burn.
Oh yeah.
Cough, cough, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah. But yeah, she just said, it's like there's no data coming off of this ship at all, and that's strange. It should be at least communicating its position to, like,
Something.
make sure that nobody crashes into it. Like, it's not even doing that. She said there's no.
Subway in space, anybody?
Cowboys versus
Body doesn't
aliens.
want to be found.
She said they're like, they're more than dark. Like, it's like they're digitally, like, as far as the data and the readings, they may as well not be there.
Is there any way they can disable that, or is that something that's like automatic on the ship that puts off?
The systems that just sort of communicate your position are a thing that can't be switched off except in, like, ships specifically designed for stealth. And this isn't a stealth ship. It's a
Space station.
yeah,
So
it's a ship.
It's no
not
moon, it's a space station.
It's not a space station. It's just a ship. But
So
That's
they're
no
dead in the
moon, it's a
water
ship.
then. Can she scan for life signs?
She's been scanning. She can't get any readings of anything. Like, it's basically dark.
Basically, black hole going on in there.
So whatever,
That's fun.
like, it's like they have.
just in case.
Yeah. It's like they have some serious.
What was
They either
James-
have some
what was the
serious
name of
stealth
James gun?
systems on there, or, like, some kind
name of
of
James gun?
serious
On Firefly?
scan blocking. She
Elvira, Valerie?
can't tell which. But
Well, we'll meet up with you in about half an hour.
yeah, well, I hope we're not getting into trouble here. This is.
Sounds like we are, but that's why we just approach it cautiously. Hopefully it'll all work out. Otherwise,
I asked the specialist if he's ever encountered something like this.
Ask who?
The specialist.
The old guy?
The old guy.
Oh, Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, Falcon.
I forgot Falcon was on the ship. Yeah, like, it's like Falcon just said. It was like, no, we haven't. It's like I dealt with stealth ships, but, like, nothing like what you're telling me.
Nuke it from a distance.
This is why we don't give you a railgun.
I have railguns. I do have railguns. Alright.
I just disabled them.
No, you did. That's her job.
Sneak on board and get some readings from within the ship before we get to
It would be possible.
How big's the
yeah.
ship?
It's a pretty standard ship size. It's smaller than the Reclamation, but not by much. It's about this, like it's
So the
almost
size
as
of
big
a
as
Star
a
Destroyer.
That's pretty big.
So,
Like,
if we go up
That's like
next to the ship, will
bigger
they
than
know we're
Firefly.
there? Or
how big's fine?
should we, like, hide
you
them?
watched the whole series.
Like the Reclamation
It's not
has
that
some
big.
pretty serious stealth capabilities, and that like Rosie's
Garrett.
ship is the same. Like
Or
Rosie's
Daniel,
ship
the
is the
Superstar
same
Destroyer.
model as the
That's our
Reclamation.
ship.
So we had, yeah,
no, our ship
Huh?
was a lot smaller than that.
she's more than us.
There were two, remember?
You know how big Super Star Destroyer is?
Okay, sorry.
Not as big as the Dust Mountain.
Massive. You know,
Yeah, there
obviously
were two, and she took one, and you guys took the other. But yeah, so like you can get in close without being detected because of the stealth systems. You can't dock without being detected. They'll know
Could
it.
one of us, like, get out and do you remember that episode?
Yeah,
Hey,
you could-
Daniel!
Yeah, you could get.
That's Firefly. Our ship is bigger than that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, I didn't get to see.
but yeah, you could. It would
I
be
didn't know the
possible for
blueprint
someone to
searching.
go
Yeah,
EVA
it's
and
kinda
get
cool.
in from like without docking, if that's what you guys wanted to do.
I think that would be the smartest move. I mean,
You do or
try.
you don't?
I'm only half paying attention. Smartest move. You're talking about like jumping in the Atmos and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just try to get a reading
Yeah.
from within the ship.
get a little closer.
No.
I can see that being-
Probably at that point, you wouldn't even necessarily have to have the person get inside. Once they came into contact with the ship, they'd probably be able to get some readings from outside just because they'd be touching the ship. And
Get close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So-
sounds good.
Alright, so let's have her do that while we're
I
going.
was gonna say, well, I don't know.
Well,
if
you
we
can't
send
do it, like, by
Rosie in there
yourself,
by
it's
herself.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it when. She can do it when
It's
we get there.
suicide.
Yeah.
That's right. I was about to ask who we're gonna send in. I wasn't gonna volunteer for it this
So-
time.
Welcome with you.
Tribute, no.
Welcome with you. Welcome with you, Daniel.
Yeah.
We only need one person to die. I mean,
See, I've almost died like 6 million times in the past 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm happy with, laying low a little bit.
Yeah. So,
I'm just weird that way.
if you guys are set, then we can just.
Yeah, I think we're set.
Yeah, we can just time jump ahead
Jump
a little
out.
to when we get there.
Whoa.
Sound effects.
Woo!
Yeah, so you get there and Rosie hails you on a private channel as you come in and just it's like, well, welcome to the party, like that.
Sorry it took us so long.
And
I thought it was something.
you discuss the plan with her, fill her in on what you had come up with, and she says, it's like, all right, so who's doing this? Who are we? Like,
Antonio volunteered himself.
So
We all heard it. We all voted on it.
I heard, I'll do it.
what? Yeah, let's send in the guy who has no fighting nor shooting ability.
All you have to do is touch the bulkhead and get some
You just have
readings
to
on
get
it.
close enough.
And
I'd volunteer, but I almost died. I'm scared now.
I volunteer, but I'm cleaning my guns.
I vote we jettison Russell. And then you can go out to the next ship.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it.
We, like,
Rosie
go
just
this
kind of
way.
shakes her head. She's like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you have much combat experience. I think that even if, and it's like, we should probably, she's like, look, I'll do it. Like, it's fine.
I don't mind
She's
doing
like, I have done worse. Like, I have dealt with worse. I can go and handle this. And besides, I'm probably not going to be out there very long. I'm just going to go get some information. I'll come back and we can decide if we're going to dock or not.
Sounds good.
So she gets suited up and sort of slowly drifts over from where you guys are at a distance that they are still with your stealth systems not able to detect either your ship or her ship, the Retribution.
Ooh.
So,
That was the other name I was thinking of.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that Rosie chose for hers.
That really fits her. Yeah.
If we had one more, we could have the 3 hours.
Yeah.
Is it like reading, writing, and arithmetic?
Oh.
reclamation,
Retribution.
retribution, and
Redemption.
Redemption.
Like that.
That'll be my private ship.
with your private guns.
Yes, my private gun collection.
Is
Is
you
that a
like
euphemism? That sounds like a euphemism.
It's not.
Anyway.
Yeah, so she drifts over to the ship, and as she comes in contact with the bulkhead, she starts trying to feed you some information, and she says, "Are you getting anything over there?" And on your systems, like, you are picking up some energy signatures. Like, you can tell there's some kind of activity on board, but even from the hull, it's still shielded to the point that you're not really getting much of a picture of what's happening inside. It's like whatever they have in there,
Guys don't wanna be
really,
found.
it's really effectively blocking your ability to tell what is going on. So.
Okay. Well, let's have Rosie come back since we're not getting much more than that.
Or if it's
Get
with
it back
someone
on.
else. We're all here.
How about you?
No, it's alright.
On second thought, I'll just pull her back. Yeah. Just kidding.
Just pull her back. I wasn't volunteering for anything.
Ah, I see.
So Rosie comes back to the ship and boards again. So I need to figure out what I was doing here. I've lost my place.
Pause for effect.
Yeah.
Moment of silence brought to you by
Okay,
Rosie
I remember
Toilet
now.
Tissue.
So yeah, she gets back and boards and says, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to come up with a new plan." So at this point, I'm not sure we have any choice but to board. Like, we can't get any information from out here.
where's the?
Oh, can-
Is there a point that we could board without?
Can I
Yeah,
hack
could
in?
someone float out and try to get in that way rather than boarding and being like, "Hi, we're here." You know,
Yeah.
try to sneak in and just.
Or could,
Yeah, you
could
could
we
send-
like?
that way.
Is there any way we could like hack surveillance cameras on the ship or something? Or
They're like, you have no way into
Smart.
their tech. Like, it's really effectively blocking in a normal situation, yes, but in this situation, whatever they have is preventing you from doing anything on their ship. Like, it's totally cut off.
Okay, so back to my vote. I have rail guns. I can shoot their engines.
We don't. Yeah, shoot
So
their
my
engines.
vote is
so
we
you
send him out
run
with the gun.
away.
Yeah.
The gun he wouldn't be using would just be.
the gun that doesn't
make him
exist?
happy.
Yeah.
Just give him an empty shell. There you go. It's a lightweight gun.
It's just a meter soft. That's all.
Dude, you have a bad obsession with that.
I look at guns all day.
Have you told Heather about this?
The biggest gun you're going to be able to carry on board is like an assault rifle, which is about what? Like, you know,
Okay.
like that.
Okay,
Alright.
I'll work from there.
No, I'm good
See,
with
I
that.
mean-
But apparently I'm getting voted off the ship.
No, we're just cracking up because you're trying to shoot everybody. We figure we're next in any moment, you know.
Whoa,
Well,
whoa.
like, you know,
I don't shoot my friends.
Okay.
like Rosie
I'll
just
shoot
said, like,
innocent
it's like whoever
people.
boards, we don't know what's in there. Whoever boards should be armed. That's just like, you know, like whether like whoever boards should not be gun happy, John. But like, you know, it's like, but whoever boards should be armed and prepared in case there's something we can't, you know, that we need to deal with when we get there.
I would almost prefer, I mean, just me speaking, but I'd almost prefer going in with them knowing that we're coming on board rather than trying to sneak on.
Not surprising them.
Because that would, yeah, if you're sneaking onto a ship trying to figure out what's going on, and they go, "Oh, who are you?" and then guns go off. It's just
Alright,
kind
we
of
should do a
natural course
vote
of
on
things.
this then.
Rosie
Who says we should go in guns blazing?
Okay, we'll send Calvorian sneaking in, and then
Oh,
we'll make contact and say, "Hey, you got a leech on your hull."
Alright.
Rosie just said, you know, it's like, yeah, we really don't know at all if they're hostile. You know, it's like we just know that they have stolen something, they're developing a weapon, they want to sell it. That's all the information we have.
But they're dead.
And
in the water.
these aren't military people, they're scientists. You know, they're weapons developers. They've been
Oh, in that case, they don't know how to shoot a gun.
yeah. It's like they know how to build a gun. They're probably not really great at using them, but it's just like
What
they're
did you
not.
pick up again?
It's like
You hold it like
they're-
this.
They're not
Like a
combat
small
trained.
portable
They're
gun.
just they're engineers. They aren't fighters.
Oh.
They're
So, yeah, we can try and tell them, but
I
if
mean-
they're not are they receiving anything?
Well, that's what we'd have to find out.
All right.
I mean, you have to send out. I'm just saying, from my standpoint, looking at the situation, if they're dark for any reason at all, if you try and sneak on, they're going to be much more apt to shoot you rather than just tell you to go away and then we force our way on type of a thing. It's going to go better if we let them know where we're coming.
All right. Well, I'll get the rail gun. So if they decide to run, I can shoot something.
Sounds good. You keep your railguns trained on
What
them.
does Rosie think about this?
about which part of it?
Better
Which
to sneak
plan?
on or better to tell them?
Yeah, Rosie says, in this situation, honestly, I think that it would be better to contact them. I think we should, I don't think we should just try to board because, you don't really want to, even if they aren't trained in it, you don't really want to surprise someone who might have a really big gun. Like, it's like you might kind of want to speak when you come into the room, and announce your
It's
presence.
like knocking on the door of a welder. You don't just sneak up on them. Burn!
Well,
It's
let's
just
just
like
think
if we knew we were going into a fight, I would say we shouldn't contact them. But in this situation, we don't really know if we're going into a fight, if we're going into negotiations, if we're going into if they're going to try to sell us whatever it is that they've made. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, let's try and contact them.
Should we think up of like a story or something before we contact them? Or
It's up to you.
I think our
I
basic
don't know.
story is, hey, we're just checking on your ship. Saw you floating out here dead, and we're curious what was wrong.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
It's a good one.
makes sense.
Worst comes to worst, we can let them know we work for Daniel.
Yeah,
Because we all work for the same person now, so
yeah.
then they're either going to turn on us because they're trying to get away from that situation, or they're going to go, oh, you must be like reinforcements to help us, or whatever.
Okay.
So,
Well, let's get a track on them just in case they try to speed off, and let's also get ready to like gun if they start shooting at us, just in
Yeah.
case.
so let's go ahead with Calivor's idea.
My
And
guns
just
are pointing
see,
at them.
well, yeah, not that idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
he's
like,
in the gunnery office. He can
do
have guns
the-
pointing at him, like the ship's guns.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I should
Do
like
the
that.
play innocent. We just saw you floating in space, passing by.
Yeah.
Not seeing anything on you. Are you okay? Do you need help?
Yeah.
Start off with that, and then come up and say,
You probably want Antonio to hail them.
probably a good idea.
Because, you're the one who knows how to talk to people.
Yeah, with your deceive and report and reportful disease. I deceive.
So you
I
can,
just remember what gun I want.
You mean aside from a plasma gun? And
No,
a rail
no.
gun? And a,
Lost in Space, the gun he has. Also, his armor's pretty cool,
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh,
I remember
that's the only thing I saw from
Armor's
it.
pretty cool.
Wait, so
so you can
When
hail
he, like,
them.
has a pistol and like attaches the barrel.
Yeah, attached
Hello.
and stuff to it.
hello, is there anyone receiving on that ship?
Yeah, all you get is an automated response from the ship's computer that just say, it's like this is, that you've been granted permission to dock.
This sounds just like what happened when we were in the escape pod. Just saying. Well,
Hello?
since we've been given permission, let's go down and. I mean, apparently they know they're not being hostile towards us, so.
No, they're not. They're inviting us to come in and dock.
Yeah, that's why I said they're not being hostile towards us.
That's pretty hostile without saying anything.
Well, it's less hostile than going, go away, we're gonna blow your brains out.
Or just leave us alone. That would be non-hostile. This is, for my guy, this is hostile.
Could part of us dock and then the other part sneak on another side of it?
Yeah, it would be possible for you to do that.
The only thing that the only thing that like is dangerous is like if they
I'm
start.
just thinking for like all in one spot
Yeah, I
and they
know,
are
but-
hostile.
But if you're like holding onto a ship and they just like floor it, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rosie just suggests, it's like, I think what we should do is that a couple of us should, get into the Retribution, dock from the other side, the Reclamation can dock from one side, the Retribution can dock from the other, and we can come in from 2 points, so we're not all in the same place. We're not like we don't have
It
to be.
is a small ship.
Yeah, it's
Anyways, yeah.
it's not huge. It's
Alright.
and they have a couple of docking bays though, so you can dock from a couple different locations.
Alright.
how we
I
splitting
like
up?
the idea.
Yeah, Rosie just said it's like he wants to come over with me and my party.
Hmm.
So Donnie will go.
These
Anybody
guys need
else?
a gun.
Sam? Okay, and
So we
This side needs a gun, so I'll be over here.
Valerie, Antonio, and
With Falcon.
Cowboy,
yeah.
and Falcon. on
What's
it.
Falcon doing? Is he just chilling out on the ship? Or?
Falcon's just chilling. Yeah,
Basically.
he's pretty tired from all his shooting of the
Crowd control.
Whip it up on the dudes.
No, that probably made him feel good. Oh, the good old days.
Yeah,
Can't
so
go for this.
from in the Retribution from one side of the ship it'll be Sam, Rosie, and Donnie, and from the other side it'll be Antonio, Valerie, and John. And Luana. Where's Luana going?
She's with me.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say she probably
Yeah, Luana sticks with you.
I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
She's being a bad sister.
just because you hit on her.
Wait, that's your sister?
Yeah. Just like you didn't. Okay.
but-
Like that.
Is this like a Mars thing? Oh, let's go.
Oh, it's a mean sister thing. Oh,
Alright, so
so yeah, we're gonna have flamethrowers on each side.
Do we have flamethrowers?
Russell picked him up on that planet for
Well,
me.
I'm sorry, I'd be scared and I would have bought them just because.
yeah, well you can
You haven't come
have
across me.
you can have a flamethrower if you really must.
I'm just saying we have a flamethrower on each side just in case we come across that.
Yeah.
Not that there would be because they're not working with the biomaterial.
I don't know. I don't want to know otherwise. I don't want to find out that, oh yeah, there's this vial back there and he drank it.
It broke and we all sniffed it.
So of course,
Just drank it.
so of course I had to lick it.
Yeah.
You can't let that stuff go to waste. Anyway,
because-
Some
Vodka on the
brownies.
bottle.
put in some brownies. Mm.
So
Phil.
you two and Rosie make the transfer over to the Retribution and move in on one side of the ship, and the Reclamation, the rest of you move in on the other side. And
Doors open.
it's like as you dock, you can hear the hiss as the pressurization in the docking umbilicals that connect the ships, like pressurize, so that you can breathe. And so as you walk onto the ship, both of you from both groups from either side, you walk in, and the first thing you notice is that there are just strange, huge crystals growing all throughout the ship.
Oh, great.
Like just they're huge crystalline structures. They seem to be very ordered, but they are these transparent crystals just sort of all over the ship, and they're almost coating most of the walls. There's some that are just sticking up out of the floor. Some of them are bigger than people. Like some of them are taller than you guys. And let's see, on Rosie, Sam, and Donnie's side, there are a few crew members of the ship standing there, just standing around, not really doing anything. They have their backs to you at the moment, though.
Where's that flamethrower?
See? You did one.
Turn around, their faces.
They're not reacting to your presence, even though they must have heard that you're here.
Gotta say, it's kind of a hard thing to miss of an airline.
Yeah, they know you're here clearly, but they don't seem to be having any interest in talking to you or looking at you or anything. And on the rest of you, on your side of the ship, you have just kind of opened up. Like after you go through the docking bay, it just opens up into a lab where there are parts of weapons sitting around. Just a bunch of various weapon parts, some of which definitely have some of these crystals incorporated into them.
So they were trying to reproduce the crystals. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah.
Alright, don't touch any of the crystals as best you can, is my thought.
Yeah.
Didn't you take crystals from
You
the
are
last
too
place?
late for that because Valerie has already touched one of the crystals.
Oh no.
Shiny.
Wow.
It's like she's like when you came in, she just kind of like looks around and like she kind of reaches out and touches one and jerks back and like sucks her finger. Is like, ouch, that cut me. It's like they're sharp. Be careful.
Okay, that's where the note comes in. No touchy the crystals. Did she touch an edge, or was it
I was
just...
wondering how she's gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hit the flat side, just kind
Can't die.
she touched a point. Like
Okay.
she didn't touch it hard. She just kind of brushed it, but the edges are very sharp. So.
Do we notice anything else, or is it just a lot of crystals and guns in the
And
jungle?
zombie people.
Yeah.
No, that's the other side.
of... Shut up.
Yeah,
You should have stayed on the other ship.
yeah, there are a lot of crystals.
You like calling Rosie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there are a lot of crystals, but other than that, there's nothing particularly unusual about this.
Alright.
None of the like ashy fog or blue firefly-like things from the biomaterial.
That's good. That's definitely good.
Good, so we continue to, I guess, move to the next area.
Should we try and like rendezvous at like the cockpit or something, or?
Possibly, while you're in that
You guys
weapons
should
lab,
talk to the people.
while you're in that weapons
Well,
lab,
they
it
should.
might be a
I'm
good
with you.
idea to, one of the reasons you were sent here was that Daniil wanted you to kind of look into what they were doing.
Okay.
So if you can assess the weapons while you're here.
I guess my
Hey,
guy
weapons
would
guy.
answer that,
Yeah,
so
it would make most sense for the guy who has BattleTech to actually.
Just be very careful with the.
I'm looking at weapons,
Yeah, give me.
seeing that +4.
All right, so you glance through, like you go to one of the nearby computers and start looking at some of the blueprints for the weapons that they're building from, because you're probably a little hesitant to touch any of the weapons since they have crystals in them, and you don't really want to.
I mean, I may have
yourself
already
on them.
stolen one, but don't tell anybody that. Nobody knows that.
We all saw you.
Nobody saw it.
I'm going to sneak this.
Well,
Hey, what's
like,
that over there?
These crystals are a little different from the crystal you took from the research station. These crystals
Yeah.
are transparent. Your crystal was no. These crystals are blue. Actually, I had it backwards. These crystals are blue, and your crystal was transparent.
Mine was hard to see. You saw nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh, shiny.
But yeah,
Who's that?
Pull your hand out, slice.
as you were going through the records on the ship, like and the plans for the weaponry, you start to get a picture of what they were doing here, and that you figure out that the technology these weapons devs have been working on involves phase splicing. Basically, what they're doing is developing a weapon that can take a slug of dense matter, like some kind of heavy metal. and basically
And make it classical.
they spin it up, launch it, and then they quantum shift it so that it momentarily exists outside our universe. And it moves in a separate universe, comes back into phase inside its target where it's still spinning, intersects, that rotational energy transfers to the inside of the target, and it rips it apart from the inside out.
Holy crap!
So, those are the kind of weapons that they have been developing using the alien tech.
That is terrifying.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Basically,
Shoot your
basically
face off.
it takes any object that is shot with a phase splice gun like this is shredded by the force of its own mass, into just atoms. So it's a really powerful weapon. It's extremely dangerous, and
I want it.
yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking the same kind of thing. I was like, that sounds like a good weapon for Donnie.
Yeah.
Same time, not that lethal. So.
all right. Yeah. So I downloaded it all to a separate hard drive.
Yeah.
You
You
I
also
carry it.
find
Smooth
out
sounds
that they'd already found a buyer for this weapon. A buyer that is registered to the Taos Corporation.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
So hey, parents there. I mean, sorry.
Wait, do we know that she's Taos?
No,
I didn't think
like,
Oh,
I think,
I thought my guy knew. But
Antonio does,
Yeah, Antonio
because he
does.
was there
Nobody
when that
else.
was mentioned. I think Antonio's the only one that is actually found out
Yeah.
among
Oh wait, no. I was
Maybe
supposed to-
Valerie.
No, that's right.
No, just Antonio.
Or not Valerie, I mean Rose. Sorry.
Only because we were chased.
Yeah, Rosie wasn't around, so
Yeah, okay. So I was gonna say, she was in the same area with
Alright.
you guys whenever that was going on.
and you can also tell that there's already been a transfer, that some prototypes and blueprints were already sold to the Taos Corporation. So unfortunately,
Death,
guns are
destruction
out.
weapons are now
Heidi's-
being transferred to other people.
Heidi's family bought some of the phase splice weapons.
That are ineffective and will not work.
That makes people zombies.
No, just rip them apart.
Well,
Yeah.
the question is, what happened to these people that you guys are about to encounter? Well,
What happened to the people around your area? I mean, there's nobody there.
yeah, they got face blessed. That's my guess.
As
Hey, look
you're,
what this does.
as
No, I
you're
didn't do
looking,
Oh, it did.
like as you're looking the door through the computer, the door opens and a couple of the researchers walk in, and
This guy's sad, isn't there?
they're like they ignore you. They don't have any interest in you at all. They're just kind of. You do notice their eyes are glowing faintly blue. And they just don't seem to be interested in you. They just kind of ignore you, walk around you to get to their stuff. They start working. They take pieces of the weapons and start fitting them together. That kind of thing. They're like, it's like
Is
in
that
there.
mind control?
Like one of them goes to a computer and is doing something at a computer, and they're just ignoring you. You may as well not be there. Like aside from the fact that they are only aware of you enough to not run into you, basically.
So they're being controlled.
You don't know.
That's what it
It's
sounds.
just-
Kind of a hive mind going
Maybe
on.
they're in the alternate universe as well.
Or maybe the aliens from another dimension.
Didn't they make a movie of that? Indiana Jones.
Okay, so we have people that don't realize we're here.
Yell at
They
them
don't
really
acknowledge
loud.
that you're here.
It won't do anything.
So when they try to talk to them, like, they don't do anything.
Yeah, they don't answer. They don't seem to
Okay.
even really hear you.
Oh, yell at Thrag. Might as well try.
Try something. These guys seem like they would be more receptive than Thrag, but just saying. Okay, so verbal communication isn't working.
You try to touch
Do they
them.
respond to light? I wouldn't try touching him yet.
Yeah,
Say that as the
Touch
very
me,
last.
okay, but-
Yeah.
Very, very, very last.
Get a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. They don't respond to speech. They don't respond to shining lights on them. They're
Throw
just
something at it. Penny.
If you want, you can throw some.
I'm not doing it. The crazy blue-eyed creatures coming after me. Doom.
My guy moves
Great
up.
show.
The worm is the spice.
Wait, my guy moves up to one to see if they actually.
Oh,
look.
they're on our side too.
Valerie throw something in.
They're still on their side, but you can start moving through
Right.
towards
Well,
them
let's-
if you
let's-
want.
So-
Do we have communication or do we have no idea what's going on?
You have communication
Okay.
with
Get
them.
your budget.
Okay, so I move up to one to see if he actually looks at me when I come closer.
Yeah, he doesn't. He
Okay.
Totally ignore.
So they're being controlled.
Something.
I'm pretty dead set on that.
So if that makes sense right now.
They're very, very focused on whatever they're doing.
Alright, and
Well, so I mean, we would start moving towards you guys because all we are in is just in a hallway basically. There's a
So-
couple guys in our.
But wouldn't
If you
it
do
be
anything
better
to affect
stay
one, they're
apart?
all going
That
to-
way, like, if anything happened to one of us.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're moving towards this
Okay.
relative term.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're gonna have to meet up and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. So
Okay.
as you guys move through, you kind of pass through a couple of labs with similar stuff to what they've been describing to you. The crystals are still everywhere, just kind of all over the ship.
Don't touch that.
Yeah. As you, it's like at one point you pass through one of the rooms that appears to be like a bedroom kind of thing, one of the places where the people are would be sleeping, and there are just 4 or 5 researchers in there, just standing, staring at nothing.
Something weird going on. It's gotta be like some kind of hive mentality.
how is Valerie doing? Or the one that touched the.
Valerie,
Yeah.
Valerie is Valerie's in your group, and she's fine at the moment. She's just nothing.
At the moment.
On
Dun,
the
dun,
hand?
dun.
The hand just like the bleeding is stopped from when she pricked her finger. But that's-
Regular stuff going on.
Okay.
Should we like call Daniil and tell him what's up, or?
I say we go to the cockpit and find the information on why the ship shut down. All its responses.
Should we meet up at the cockpit?
Yeah.
You, Rosie, and Donnie point your guns toward just in case. As
I don't
you
have
have
a
Sam
gun
try and like hack the thing, get information she can.
They're not going to do anything unless we
Just
try
in
to
case.
directly.
Just in case.
Luana's armed too. She brought her gun, so she also has
She better probably gun.
Yeah.
yet.
Can
Yeah,
I
she's your sister.
try, like,
Want to use one of mine.
analyzing one of my, like, like, see if they can even fall asleep or if they're, because if they're under control, then maybe they wouldn't fall asleep, maybe.
Oh, wait.
She wants to taser one of them.
Wait.
Not like, or like, try, like,
Chloroform.
Right.
yeah, just, like, stuff that would make them
Just
fall
chloroform?
asleep, like,
It just smells
Yeah,
like
you
chloroform.
can try whatever you want. Like that,
Okay.
and just-
Heidi, if you do anything to one of them, most likely the rest will react. So I'd say let's do the
If they're in the
cockpit
mind.
thing first,
Yeah.
and then go and do other stuff.
okay.
Because you don't know if
Can we
like.
do like a physical scan on him? Like, does Sam have anything that could do like?
Oh, yeah.
Could Daniel do a scan with his bio whatever?
Yeah, your
Right,
cybernetic implants. You could. Yeah.
Okay. Do I have to roll for that?
You're like,
Like, what are you looking for?
Basically, I just want to see if there's anything like abnormal about like the DNA makeup, or if there's anything like
Yeah,
physically wrong with them.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that. Not
Okay.
this time. Like you can just look and you see, like they seem to be emitting a strange energy signature, but there's nothing unusual with their DNA.
Okay.
There is there is just some kind of strange signal coming off of them that is the same signal you picked up off of the bio
I was
mutant.
just about to ask.
Can we
that.
trace where the signal's going to?
No, it's just a general like
It's kinda like
just
an
emitting
aura.
in all directions. It's like
It's kind of there.
yeah. It's
That's kind of
definitely
fun.
like it is definitely the same signal that you picked up from the biomutant back on the research base. It's just
Well, should we meet up at the cockpit, see if we can like get any main information and
SOS, mothership, come to us. Oh, that's what it meant. Oh crap.
so
I don't know,
you
maybe
Yeah.
I mean we can maybe try and like disable their whatever like isn't admitting letting anything admit. We can just like call Neil and just be like, hey, everyone's like a dead zombies.
Collective mind. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to meet up. Cockpit would give us the most useful information, I think.
Yeah.
Just because that's the hub of every ship is your cockpit. So.
Well, in the engine room, is that even on?
When we get up to the cockpit, I'll jump in and
Give
take
a
out
show
the engine from there.
Yeah. So are you gonna head to the cockpit?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I think
And we've looked all through the weapons and stuff, right?
Could we have, like, one group go to the cockpit and then the other group keep exploring the rest of the ship, or?
If that's what you want to do, yeah. It's up to you guys.
You can do that.
Yeah.
We head down to engineering.
So why don't you guys go to engineering since you know? Well, do we need Heidi's computer skills for the or no?
You don't.
Well, she's
you
with
know,
the cockpit group, but.
Well, don't
No,
we
Heidi's
want to
good
go
on
to the engines
Yeah, that's right.
because he's the engine guru.
Yeah.
I'd say go ahead and find it, but that would leave you by yourself.
Well, I thought we had
So-
met up in one of the rooms earlier, and we were just deciding to go from there.
Oh, no, we're still on the opposite side of the
Okay,
ship.
well, I guess you guys head to engine well to the cockpit.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
You guys head to the engine, we go to the cockpit.
engine room is easy to check out. We'll be up there as soon as we can. So.
Yeah. Alright, so when you reach the engine room, it's even more crystal encrusted here than the rest of the ship. Like there are more crystals here.
No wonder
than-
their engines aren't working.
Like the crystals are just kind of all over everything. Like these ones are much bigger. There were big ones all over the ship where like every room had one or two that was about the size of a person. But these ones actually just meet at like up to the ceiling in a lot of places. It's really hard to maneuver in here. You can't really get anywhere. It's so overgrown that you can't really see. Yeah, they're transparent, so you can see through the whole thing, but it's distorted by all the crystals,
Yeah.
and so it's hard to get a good look at anything in here.
Is there any way I can use my implants, kind of tap in like the engineering circuit, and see if there's anything wrong with the engines?
Yeah, you
Like
can.
if they were shut off, or if they were like malfunctioned.
Yeah, you can look.
Okay.
Your implants tap into the systems in here, and you can tell that actually the engines are fine. Like, you know, the engines are, like, the Newman drive isn't engaged, but the engines are
Yeah.
perfectly fine. They're usable. They're still active. It's
Gotcha.
just, like, you know,
Growing over. Okay.
yeah, and,
I just wasn't sure if like the crystals were like jamming stuff up inside, going
Yeah.
through it. So.
yeah. And in the cockpit, you guys notice that, as you're looking around, it's not quite as overgrown with crystals in the cockpit. Like, it's a little less choked in the cockpit. There's a little more space. And there's, like, you know, Valerie goes over and sits down in the pilot, like what would be the pilot's seat, and just starts looking over the systems. And is there anything you guys want to look at while you're here?
I just kind of like
What,
captain
video
logs,
logs?
captain video logs, or just basic brief, like, you know, like, because don't they like usually keep
Ship's
like
log?
ship log and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's check that.
You can start looking for the ship's log. Like, it is encrypted. Sam might be able to hack into it.
Do like, is there Wi-Fi? Can I do it from my laptop? Or is there like a network I can connect to?
Like, basically, you have...
Easier, faster, get up there. And
Yeah.
Just come up and join us.
It's a
it'd
small
be-
ship. It'll take like 2 minutes.
Okay.
there's not a whole lot to. I mean, that's the only thing I needed to look down in engineering. I mean,
and,
everything looks fine. So.
to those of you who are in the cockpit, like, and to those of you who aren't, like, you know, it's like Valerie also raises the rest of you on communications. We're moving.
Say what?
What?
This ship is moving.
Like moving in space, or
Yeah,
As
we're
in we
we're
need to-
flying.
Get back on our ships and take off.
We're flying without a Newman drive.
What the crap?
It's like the drive is not engaged, and we're moving.
Okay, well, we know that these things...
We're
are-
accelerating very quickly.
How are we accelerating? Is this like a recent thing that just came up, or is this like?
She says, like, you know, I can't tell how long this has been going on, but we're accelerating very quickly, and we're headed straight for Eros on a collision course.
So does that mean that our ships are?
Your ships are still docked; they're connected, and they are also
Let's-
accelerating with it.
let's.
So,
Okay, we have
let-
Falcon disconnect the ship from...
Well, no, let's get back onto our ships and just blow the ship up.
she says that this is like we're at the rate we're accelerating. We should be like the G-forces should be crushing us to the wall right now.
So if we go back onto our ship, then we might.
So is Fox dead or
Falcon.
Falcon?
I mean,
He's just fine.
You can.
Well, we
contact-
don't know if he's
Yeah, you do. He's on the
Oh,
like. You can tell like from like he has communications
Oh,
with
okay.
you from the ship, and he's
Okay.
like nothing strange is happening over there, aside from the fact that the ships are.
So,
moving at this
like,
point.
hypothetically, if we get back to the ships and detach, do we, like, die after? or-
Probably, yes.
We don't know. That's half the fun.
The thing is that like the acceleration is what should kill you. The speed itself wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's the acceleration. So like if you went back to the ships and disconnected, you wouldn't be accelerating. You'd just be going very quickly.
But it depends on how fast we decelerate after.
Yeah.
I mean, should we... Because, I mean, if this stuff hits arrows, who's to say, like, it might not, like, spread or something?
Yeah, Luana's just, you know, it's like if this stuff hits Eros, then Eros is going to be gone. Like, it's not going to, like, it's going to destroy it. It's just, 1 million people live on Eros. We can't let that happen. It's my responsibility to take care of those people.
So what are you saying?
Luana,
oh,
because
okay.
because she works, like, you know, she's a cop there, so, you know, she feels responsible for that.
I might get in trouble for this. I go to the closest blue eyes and I shoot them in the head.
Why?
You gotta find out if it's a hive mind. Gotta find out
Well,
if
how
it
about we, like, go
changes
to the ship and get ready to dock just in case, so it's not just, like...
I'm gonna die again.
Russell, where they come here and they're, like, all over there.
Everyone just stares like.
Is there any way, like, can I use my impasse to see if there's anything in the engineering room that's like activated that's moving us forward?
Yeah,
It's
you
the
can look.
radiation. The crystals.
Would you shut up about radiation? I know more about radiation than you ever will.
Yeah, you're like, don't you say that word to me.
I will use a fake point on you.
Yeah, you can
I mean-
look and like.
Is there anything, like, can I tell that there's something moving the ship?
There's nothing that you can tell. Like, there's,
Okay.
so far as you can tell, there's nothing.
Should I try to get onto the system and
Yeah, you can try.
It's not quite on the
Try.
system.
Yeah, get on the video logs.
So what
Okay,
are
we're
you
gonna run
trying-
up to the, we're
what
gonna
are
run
you
up to
trying
the
to
cockpit.
access?
I want to access like the system, like the computer, you know,
Yeah.
like
I
all
got
of
a
it,
question.
you
How
know,
long
runs on
does it
one
take
system
to get
just
to
like
Arrows?
analyze it to see like if I could stop, you know.
It's a half hour with a Newman drive.
Yeah, you can just make a hack check and
So just roll.
yeah, roll and add your
So
hack
at the
skill
current
to it.
progression of speed, how long is it going to take to get us to Arrows?
You'll be in Arrows in like less than 2 minutes at this speed.
Not good news.
So minus 1. 2 minutes.
So 3.
So you are you are starting to be able to break into the ship's systems. Like, it's secured more than you expected it would be, but it's like, you know, it's gonna take a little longer than you have, because basically you're going to crash into Eros in less than 2 minutes. So
Guys, let's get to the ship, detach and blow this. We don't have a choice. I mean,
Wait, can we activate the Newman drive and go the opposite direction with
At this point, it wouldn't do a whole lot of good.
it
Newman drive's
probably
apparently
it probably wouldn't do any
far
good,
less
and
than
there's
what
also
is.
the risk that, like, you know, the Newman drive pushing in the opposite direction could just rip all of you apart. Like, you don't
it? Well,
really know how
once
to
we get
interact
off,
with
if we can activate it from outside the ship.
this. Yeah.
So, here's an idea.
yeah.
well, or should we get to the ship?
So yeah.
It's like
Yeah, Rosie suggested, it's just like, I think we should leave now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think
So
we shouldn't
everybody will
stand around
evacuate the
here anymore.
ships.
Can I
Steering
grab one
parties.
of the guns on my way out?
So what happens when he shot it? Like, you just-
We haven't gotten to
What?
that part yet. He's gonna shoot
They
him on the
didn't
way
let
out.
me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, I mean, like, also, you're in the cockpit, they're in the back, so, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have, like, a heck of a shot.
There aren't any of them in the cockpit at the moment.
Alright, so we all head down to our respective ships.
Should we try and grab some of the crystal, or maybe I should mess with it?
Not the crystal, I was just wanting to grab one of the guns.
Okay. Grab the gun, but be really careful.
Pieces of the guns.
Like, there are pieces of guns you can grab, but none of them are actually whole. Like, they're just, like, you know, they're in pieces across tables, and they're...
Okay.
Yeah, grab some, because we
I put
need,
them in
like,
a case, so I'm not actually touching them, I just sort of slide them off.
Smart
Yeah.
idea.
Do any of the guys react when I do that?
No.
Even if I take stuff they're working on?
No, they don't react to you at all.
They just go to another piece.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
can I
so
have that? Here you go.
we're all basically back on the ships. Did
You
you
are not
really-
back on the ships, in fact. When you try to board your ships again, you open the airlocks in the docking bays and find that your path is blocked by crystals that have started to grow in the umbilicals between your ship and this one.
Holy
So,
crap!
Can we like use our fate point to like roll again so I could try to get into the system to try to stop it? Or-
Yeah, you can use a fate point to get a bonus to a roll.
Yeah. So like that like use a point I could roll again. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could either roll again
You
or
give us,
add
like,
a
a
+2
separate
to
instance?
a new roll, whatever you want
Alright,
to do. Just,
So, is anybody against me doing the shooting thing yet?
Yes,
I mean,
we're stuck on the stupid ship. If it's a hive mind, they
can
start
I
coming
shoot a
after us.
crystal?
Huh?
Anybody against me shooting at a crystal?
Should I
What
try roll again?
you and your shooties? You and your shooty crazy nut.
Well, fine. I'll stab at it with a knife.
Hey, let's have Heidi do the thing, because that's, like, the most logical thing.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Let's all realize, like, we're probably panicking, because
I'm
we're
not.
about to die.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
yes I am.
So,
I'm freaking die again! Ah!
should I roll again then?
yeah.
Okay.
So you're trying to hack into the
But-
ship again, or
What did I
do
feel
like the logs?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the
Okay.
system again to see if I can stop it that way.
Maybe knock him out. Maybe we should try tasering someone first. And then,
Or I could try putting someone to sleep with that. Awesome
just roll, that's the most...
The awesome gun. Timber.
You don't want to keep that one.
What is the first up?
And you're sitting on one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
8.
So 4,
Not 4.
4,
So-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus the 2.
Yeah, so that's a great roll. Like, you were able to get into the system very quickly. You've got like a minute left before you think you'll reach Eros.
That's the
now,
password.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, what do you want to do in the system?
See, like, I just
Should I
want
get
to
into the
do-
system and see like what
Hey, 1, 2,
if I
3,
can
5.
stop whatever it is.
It's not the ship.
Yeah,
that's
like
driving.
you can tell that there is like none of the ship's systems are like they're all idle. Nothing is doing anything.
That's the problem is the crystal's doing it. Because the
It's-
Newman drive's not activated.
Yeah, the Newman drive is not what's moving you. It's like this ship is just moving. Like, and you don't know why.
Could I put the drive and put it in the opposite direction? Did we decide that would be a bad idea?
You could. You think it might be a bad
Would be
plan.
bad.
Like it might not be healthy for the
Oh.
like, for you.
We're gonna die anyways, might as well like not let really know.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's other things we could try. I mean, we could try
Yeah, that is the last
steering,
resort.
try steering in a different direction rather than.
Could I log on to see if I can find any records like that would be accessible?
Yeah.
It's like a captain's
You see that there were like even though the systems are active, there is a course set for Eros like that was set just like since you guys boarded.
Could I change the course?
You can try. It's like it's. Yeah, you can try. Just
Okay,
like that.
I'll try that.
All right.
Because then at least we wouldn't die in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you try to reprogram the course, and it does accept your order, but the ship is still moving in the same direction. And you've got about 20 seconds before you're going to impact Eros at this rate.
Crap, we're gonna die!
Start shooting, Russell, start shooting!
Okay, so crystal or person?
Start with the crystals.
All right, shooting at a crystal.
Krista?
You don't have to roll to shoot a crystal because it's not going to dodge.
All right,
It's self-aware! It's
I shoot the
self-aware!
crystal at a 4.
Yeah. The shot ricochets and very nearly like comes back to hit you, and like it leaves a crack in the crystal, and that crack disappears almost immediately.
Oh gosh, it's self-aware.
Oh,
Okay,
cool!
did any of the people react?
No.
All right.
Shoot someone in the leg or something.
Okay, so
Yeah, you
headshot.
decap them.
Headshot!
So that's a 3.
Headshots.
Yeah, you shoot one in the head, and it like the guy just falls down, dead. The blue glow in his head, eyes goes out, and nothing happens. Nobody pays any attention to you. They're still not interested.
Okay, back to
Just
shooting the
see if there's
crystals.
something
You have
we
10
can-
seconds now.
Oh wait, I don't have grenades to do that.
No, no grenades.
So should we
no
just
explosives.
should we just do the drive in like the opposite way?
You can try.
That would at least reduce the impact slightly.
Everybody hold on to something.
Can we like angle it? Can we like angle it so like it like just gets us off course?
Throw it off course. You can
Hold
try.
me.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's true.
Daniel, do it. Or well, I guess.
Who does it?
Sam would do it just because.
Okay.
Can
Well,
I, or-
no, actually Valerie would do that.
Okay.
Like, and let's see, where's Valerie's sheet among all these sheets I have?
What's your language?
I guess what the word, guess what the Arabic word for winter is? Shita.
So Valerie activates the Newman drives, and you're all bracing yourselves, expecting that this is going to this is going to hurt. Like, and you're like,
Yeah,
And
going
nothing
face
happens.
first.
you all
into
get into
planet.
crash couches to ready for this, and like when she activates it, like you all kind of braced yourselves for it, and nothing happens. It has no effect. It doesn't alter the course, and it's just 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds,
Shoot
1
another guy in the
second,
head.
and you're not dead. You have not struck Eros.
What?
Okay.
And you realize that it wasn't aimed at Eros. It looked like it was aimed at Eros 5 minutes ago when you looked. Eros is in it orbits. It's in constant motion. It was aiming at something past Eros.
That's crap.
Who read the charts?
You did.
And now that you look at the charts, you can see that you are, in fact, on a dead course for Earth.
We're all gonna die.
Get ready to jettison Falcon. We're gonna be past the moon really fast.
Valerie is looking at the system and is just like, this is impossible. We're traveling at 99% of the speed of light. We'll be at Earth in less than 20 minutes.
Wait, so if we push a little bit faster, we could break the laws of physics as we
And
go
go
to now,
back
which I
in
wouldn't believe
time.
we're correct.
Hit the
Anyhow,
Newman
but yes.
drive.
Crank it.
Newman drive.
Crank it up!
Somebody get the disco ball.
It's like, as Valerie is telling you this, you notice that her eyes are glowing blue.
I knew it.
She's still talking to you, though. She's not, like,
Well, that's good.
nothing has changed other than that. She's just...
Valerie,
The spices.
your eyes are blue.
Are they? What does that mean?
Do you feel any other thoughts or anything that's not you?
No, I don't feel anything unusual.
Valerie, you might become what those people are right now. Try and talk to us. Try and stay with us.
I feel
Actually,
fine.
can you talk to those people?
That she said, like, I can try. I can go back. If we want to go back down in there, I can try to talk to one of
Let's
them.
also do realize.
Feel the stop.
Let's also do realize we're going to
Feel
crash
the
into Earth
stop.
in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
Luana just says, it's like, this is, I don't know if you guys realize what this means, that we're traveling at 99% of the speed of light towards Earth. A ship this size probably weighs at least 100 tons. At the speed that we're going, the energy transfer from that much mass would be like 100,000 of the most powerful nuclear weapons ever built going off in one place. It'd be like, it'd carve a crater in the side of the planet big enough to nestle the moon in. It's just like, it's like, and it would kill everyone. 30 billion people dead, all at once.
We already got Mars, so.
Yeah.
Seriously, might as well do something else.
It's just like, we're not just gonna, like, we're not endanger ourselves, we're a bomb. We're the most powerful bomb in the universe right now.
and your family hired them.
Way to go.
All right, I
Call
want to put a
my-
gun together and shoot a few more guys.
Call my dad.
Communications are open if you want to try to call someone, but it's...
Okay,
I was gonna
so
say there's
I
one
go
camera
with Valerie
down
and someone else, I guess, to go try and talk with people down there.
Okay. So, Rosie will come with you.
So wait,
just
what
for
are we gonna do with the trying to steer the
Can I
ship?
try to call someone?
We tried steering it. Won't, it
There's
won't
nothing
budge
you can
from
really
course.
do to control it at the moment. You're just...
Someone who was like a really good friend, like that's still works for like Sam's company.
Yeah, you'd have communications lag of like probably about 15 minutes. Like, so you'd be able to send a message, it would reach like whoever, like, depend if they were on, like, you're basically communications lag wise, you're about 15 minutes from anywhere. So like it would take 15 minutes for your message to get there. Because
and
of
then 15
the
minutes back.
yeah.
And then we hit.
We're going 99% of the speed of light. Wouldn't we go faster than the message, technically?
Yeah.
It depends on how we send the message. If we send it, like in Star Trek with tachyon rays,
Yeah.
it'll get there before we sent it.
Yeah.
Well, in that
That's why the
case,
laws of physics are broken.
yesterday's shipping would have put us at tomorrow.
Amazon Prime! Gets there the day before you order.
One thing, when you
Yeah.
were trying to board your ships, you noticed that the crystals that spread there are not translucent, are not blue like these ones. They're more transparent, like John's crystal.
Can we
is.
smash it with a hammer?
You can try.
Smash it with a hammer!
So does the talking do anything?
Does what?
Does the talking do anything?
Valerie talking.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys had gone. When you get there, they're all dead.
What's it?
Oh.
on.
Just like,
Russell, what'd you do?
yeah.
Valerie, you feel okay?
That's why you kneecap them, you don't shoot them in the head.
I only shot one.
Well, they have a high connection.
Okay, maybe I shot a few others all the way up, okay? But
I've mind you.
No, like they're not like dead, but you walk in just in time. Basically, it's been a couple of minutes since you shot one, but like it's like you walk in to just see them all fall over. So like they're all
I had to
just
throw this point at you.
yeah.
And Valerie's still fine?
Valerie's still fine, yeah.
What the Hades?
Oh.
Should we, if all else fails, tell Falcon to get the gun set up if he needs to shoot the ship apart? Knowing we're on.
Wouldn't all the parts still be going that
Yeah.
fast?
Yeah, it'd
Debris
still be
would
going that
still be moving.
fast. It would take him forever to stop.
That probably, like, it wouldn't
Well,
make
since there's
it...
no
It could
friction
make
in
it.
space.
It could make it like spread out more and then like not all hit the earth and.
Yeah, but it's the difference of being shot with a slug versus a shotgun blast. It's still going to do a huge amount of damage to the earth. Like, you
So
know.
like we
So
have
we'll
to stop
put
it.
forth
right?
ideas.
Yeah.
So then we really have to stop it. Or move it
So
off
these
track.
crystals are the problem, and I'm all up for using a taser on one of the crystals.
Apply an electrical surge.
Well, it seems to be a living crystal if it can reconstitute itself.
Could we do a massive power surge from the electronics into the crystals or something?
Is there any information about the crystals?
No, there's not.
Is it like Ghostbusters with the slime that you, if you're happy with it, it does good things, and if you're angry at it, it just comes after you? That's what it feels like, my friend. Okay, well, if we're basically a bomb hurtling towards Earth, there's nothing else
Pass
we
the
can
bottle
try
around?
aside from what? Pass the bottle around.
Man, you bottle of beer on the wall, man, you bottle of beer.
You take one down and we all blow up.
Oh, can we check the life signs of the people? See if they're back to normal or if they're still emitting that radiation?
Yeah, they're no longer emitting the signal that was coming off of them, and they're just dead.
Okay.
So,
No zombies?
yeah, no zombies.
And I get stressed out. Anybody else want a cookie? Maybe the last one you ever eat.
Or this is their delivery system, they're moving at, speeds.
Does the ship have escape pods?
It,
Yes, it did, but they were covered over with crystals.
yeah,
I knew that was
basically that's
coming.
what I was going. I was about to say, like, like it did have a few escape pods, but they're encrusted in.
Okay, so back to trying to destroy these crystals.
So trying to do an electric thing with like the electronic stuff on the.
Yeah,
I would
so
start off with like a
Heidi's-
taser.
I grab Heidi's taser since nobody else is doing it, and I shoot it at one.
Yeah, nothing happens. It doesn't do
Aw.
anything.
Ha! It's like slapping a dead fish.
Okay, I grab a sledgehammer or something similar, and I go and beat on one.
Okay. Yeah, you like every time you hit it, it cracks, but by the time you pull back to hit it again, like the cracks have disappeared again. So you're just.
And the one small one above your head falls and hits you in the forehead.
Ow.
Oh, crap.
You Sam would like go back into the lab and look for papers.
Yeah.
information?
You can.
Sure.
Okay, I'm back to Valerie trying to control.
Like you'd probably like there wouldn't be papers. You'd check the computers, like for documentation and that kind of thing. And
See when the report stopped and what was happening previously.
yeah, basically all you find there is the same information that John found about the phase tech that they were working on. There's really not much on the computers here other than just the documents about the phase tech, developing the phase tech.
Holy crap! The ship is part of the phase tech. We're gonna like slipstream into another universe and then appear in the middle of Earth. There's
Can we shoot those guns at it?
I'm not saying anything. I knew it. It's so true. We're all gonna die.
Could we shoot those guns at it? The ones that
We
like
don't
those
have any guns. We have bits and pieces.
No.
Wait, do they? What
Right.
guns do
Look
they
on your
have
face,
on?
you're priceless.
Yeah,
So deadpan.
it's like Luana's come with you and is looking through the same files, and she says, in line with what you're saying, she's like, I think we might be able to use this. She's just like the timing would have to be exact. Like I'm not sure it's humanly possible to have timing that exact, but and she was like, we could, we could backload these systems into the ship, and when we would be just about to impact, could phase, and if we could phase long enough, if we had just enough, we'd only have enough power for one phase for an object of this size, based on what I'm seeing here. Just like if we phase it just the right moment, we might come out of this alternate universe on the other side of Earth. We might be able to, that's all we can really do. I think she's like, but we can't turn the ship and so I don't think I know how to, like, you know, I don't think I have the timing, but I at least, you know, it takes BattleTech experience because
Have you
this
read about
is.
it? No.
It's just this is a job for someone with BattleTech experience because it's
Yo.
yeah, because it's a you know, it was a weapons system, so it would work best for, like, you know, either me or John.
So I shoot it
Both of you
when we're
combined.
almost into Earth's atmo, and hopefully end up on the other side of Earth.
That is the plan.
Now,
What else can we do before then? I mean, that's like
where's the trigger at?
the whole gun's again. I mean, the whole ship's again. The whole
And,
gun's again.
It's a big shiny
it's
red
like
button.
Luana is in mid-sentence when like something shakes the ship. Like, you know, maybe there was an impact with something small. You're not really sure, but like,
the
you know,
moon.
the ship.
You know. Plows a hole through the
Yeah, the ship sort of rumbles for a second and can.
It's gonna be an alien.
Let's see, Sam, make a athletics check.
Sprint. Clear the runway.
The table's up there.
Yeah, I know. But
I
I
give you
keep
plus
that.
2.
So plus 2 plus. I don't know if I have 1 plus.
So you've got 3.
Yeah.
Plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you manage to stay on your feet, but you lose your balance, and you kind of stumble forward, and your hand, like your palm, just palm down onto the flat of one of the crystals.
Woo!
You're not, like, it's not one of the sharp edges, so you're not cut. And the moment you touch it, you see code in the air in your vision. Like, you don't recognize the language. It's some kind of language you can't read. But you can recognize, you can tell it's code, and you can recognize the syntax of the code. And
Interesting.
you can see their commands, their interfaces. And,
Alright, so we need to have a certain other person that already has blue eyes touch this thing and start doing some stuff.
Interesting.
so basically, the ship, like, the crystals are computers.
Hack it, hack it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're computers, and you can see the stuff when you touch them. So
I was wondering when the crystal computer technology was coming.
yeah,
I mean, it's like even now, like you can see it coming. They
Yeah.
store so much information on crystals, but you knew it was coming. I didn't know it was gonna be that cool.
and
Blue glow involved.
yeah. So even if you can't read the language, you can tell the syntax, and you can see that some of these things are commands, and you can interact with them with your mind.
Drop
you can,
schema.
like the,
Interesting. So, is it from like, is it based off of like the original C language, or is it like alien?
it's alien. It's like, you know, you can't really tell. Like, you can tell, just like you have an instinct for the syntax of code that you can
Yeah.
tell. Basically, that's sort of like, you know, this is clearly code of some kind, but you don't really like, and you know the base. You can tell the basic syntax. But
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know
So can I just tell everything to pause?
you don't know which command does what, that, like, because you can't read the language. But like you
Just
can,
start goofing around. You don't have much to lose.
You gotta start pushing the pause button. You hit
Yeah.
fast forward.
you can basically start pushing buttons and, like, you know, trying
You're
commands.
like looking for ones that are like really repetitive, and the ones
Yeah.
that go most often. Try stopping those to see what happens. And,
Yeah.
But can I do it in such a way where like I can turn it back the other way?
You can try. Like, you know, you
Okay.
can just see what you're looking at. Like, you are just kind of experimenting. Like, you don't know what any of the commands are going to do. You just
Yeah.
kind of have to run them to find out what they
Okay.
do. So
Okay.
you
so
just pick
Sam
one.
starts running them.
Yeah. So you pick one of them, and
Turns
some
out the
of
lights.
like some of the crystals on the floor around you that are, like, you know, small crystals just on the floor, like, shoot up around you, and, like, just you are entombed in crystal at the moment. Basically, you are completely surrounded by crystals, and you feel a sharp pain shoot up your spine as something is, like, you know, some of the crystals are, like, basically tiny crystals are just jabbing into your back, and you don't know what that command was, but
Wrong command.
But after a few moments, it's not comfortable. It hurts really badly because it's basically you've just had something stabbed into your spine. But after a few seconds, the pain stops and the crystals recede back into the floor, and you basically you can start. You are conscious of all the crystals now. It's like you are conscious of the systems that they operate, and you can tell you are connected to the crystals, and kind of you're networked with every crystal on this ship right now. Your brain is networked with them.
Does she
directly.
have blue eyes?
She doesn't. No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, she has blue eyes, but not.
I was gonna say, how's
blue eyes.
how's our pilot doing over there? She's still.
Yeah, Valerie's still doing fine.
Okay.
And,
That would be the thing. I'd be like, okay, see, it's been 5 minutes. Okay, she's still good. So we've still got at least 5 minutes. Okay.
So you can tell, you're able to tell a little more what the commands do now, just because you can see which subsystems they send instructions to, and so you are able to the next command you try causes the crystals in the airlocks leading to both of your ships to recede. So so there's a way into your ships now, and you do try a third command. You don't really know what it did. It did something somewhere, but you're not really sure if it did anything important.
Just activated self-destruct. So.
So my guess would be the engine room crystals. Do something with those.
Hey, Daniel! Stabbing in the spine with the crystal.
You are able to get into the systems, and you're able to tell that somehow the crystals are causing something to happen that is making you accelerate without causing G-forces to happen. You don't know how to affect it, though. It's that is a lot more complicated than you.
Can I change the aim of it?
No, it's locked into this course. So
Stupid scientist.
and you don't yet have the knowledge of this code to be able to hack that lock away.
So is this going to be them breaking off and me staying on to do the phase thing?
Possibly.
We'll see how it
I
works.
just hate when I kill my character.
You're not gonna die yet.
Isn't that Valerie good?
Yeah, she's basically dead. No, my guy couldn't let that happen. Alright.
But
I just need another button to push.
Push this one.
Can you at least make it a trigger?
yeah, but basically, Valerie says that looks up and she's just like, I'm the ship.
What?
She's just like I can do this. The timing. She's like, I'm the ship.
Alright.
So I would say that's a marked improvement of change.
She's like, I can't operate the systems, their weapon systems. Somebody with battle tech knowledge will have to handle that. But she's just like, I can handle the timing, as long as they can handle the actual operation of the.
Poop stains. Oh wait, that's me.
Going down together. Oh, so sweet.
Luana comes over to you and hugs you and says, I'm sorry we never got to know each other, big brother.
Well, I'll be just fine.
And she pulls away and says, and I'm sorry for this, and punches you in the face.
Oh!
Give me a physique check.
Come on, negatives.
I'm at 2. Even if I use fate points, I feel this isn't going in my favor.
Probably not.
You are knocked unconscious.
Yes!
She just says, and
What the heck was that all about?
She didn't need me in the groin, did she?
no, she
No,
just punched you in the
face.
face. And she has a mean right hook. You weren't expecting it all. It was a sucker punch out of nowhere. But,
She is so getting a spanking for that.
yeah, but she just says that,
That sounds right.
she just looks at Yeah, she looks at the rest of you and just says, "He's not dying today. None of you are. Take him. Get on your ship and get out of here." She's like, "I know BattleTech. I can handle this." It's like Valerie and I can manage this.
Doesn't know his rules.
Does.
Yeah.
Shh, quiet.
She just says,
You're
it's like,
unconscious.
so she says, "Take John and get to your ships." Like, that's.
Am I too heavy to carry?
Nope.
Oh, barrel.
Just drag you by your head.
What about all the toys we're leaving behind? I didn't get enough.
I'll take your little box that you had prepared just because I know you want it.
So,
Can we see this crate?
I'll take your 1 foot by 2 foot crate.
Dang it.
yeah, Rosie leads her group to the Retribution's umbilical, only to find that the Retribution is in fact gone. It is no longer attached.
Oh! Here's a good chip.
The rest of you over there can see that the Reclamation is still attached, but the Retribution is gone. And as you fall to the ground unconscious, which I'm just going to enjoy that for a second.
It's like a punch by a girl that you thought was...
Look at this. It's time to go.
And that's how you died.
Oh.
But yeah, as you fall to the ground, the crystal you took, the small one, it just sort of drifts out of your pocket as if there is no.
Hey.
There's no
Free
thrust
floating.
gravity or anything, and it just sort of floats away, and it floats off down the hall into the Reclamation. You don't know where it's going. Those of you who are conscious don't know where it's going.
I know exactly where it's going.
Where do you
Into
think
my
it's going?
workshop.
It's going to my bed where I'm going. It's just getting there first so it can make it for me.
Warming it up for you.
Your good little crystal friend.
Before we bond, okay?
Yeah, being shoved in your pocket.
So,
Okay.
Rosie just says, "Well, I guess I'm coming with you then." Like,
Yeah.
That's what that shake
I
was.
guess so.
Sorry,
yeah.
my guy's unconscious.
Yeah, it would make sense. That's what that shake was. I guess it wasn't the moon, which is good. Okay, well, everybody
So
make a
we're
way
at-
to
We're on the
Reclamation.
ship?
yeah, so all of you are on board the Reclamation now, and except for Luana and Valerie, who are still on this ship.
Can Sam
And
still see all the code in there?
yeah, and some of the crystal, there are crystals on the Reclamation now. They're not everywhere, but there are crystals around the Reclamation, and you can see the code from them. You can still you're still networked with those crystals.
Interesting.
And let's see.
I see
Where?
the girl from Doctor Who and Shadow.
My sister's going to be
And she was
gone.
amazing.
Cooler because you don't have stuff sticking out of you.
I'm trying to find my.
She's not gone yet. We don't know if she's gonna die.
My notes are so
Yeah.
disorganized because I added so much stuff to this adventure, and so some of it it's out of sequence, and I'm trying to look through two separate sets of notes looking for the different bits. All right, so you guys detach the Reclamation from this ship, and the thing is, you are still moving at this, at basically 99% of the speed of light, and you're still hurtling straight at Earth.
Well, we can turn the Newman drive on and it'll slow us down slowly.
Yeah, you have to start decelerating.
We can pull all the blocks off and turn it on all the way and it still won't kill us.
I think at that point it would. Newman drive isn't the crystal drive, so...
The problem here is, are you able to decelerate fast enough that you won't run into Earth?
It's more of
before
a
then?
decelerate and divert.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you're unconscious, so...
the problem is that in order to be able to decelerate in time at the speeds you're going, you can't focus any of the energy of the drives to divert the course. It just won't function that way. You have to.
Gotcha.
You just have to slow down in a straight line until you reach a certain point, and then you can divert.
The moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here
Here's your home.
So,
Close enough.
and there is a problem with this, and that is that the only one of you who knows how to fly is Donnie.
Woo!
And,
I'm running.
yeah.
I'll
So,
be back in a minute.
yeah. Heading up to the cockpit then?
Well, if I'm the only one that can fly this boat,
Yeah.
might as well.
Actually, wait. You should touch the crystals in here. Just an idea. And see if they still work the same. Because they could slow us down too, maybe.
Yeah, you can.
Well, somebody's gonna be in the cockpit, so I'm running.
You better be.
Yeah, so you like
After
you
you
touch
lay me
the
down on my
crystals.
bed, right?
Is that what
I
you
just
want
I
to
just,
do?
you know, I just dropped you in the airlock. Hopefully you made it in.
Could I do that without? Could I?
Like you can
My
tell
bed.
that
I'll
these
just drop you in a
crystals are
crash
basically
seat right
the
outside
same
the
door
as
for now.
the other ones, and you are networked with these ones. Like you can, they're not. Like you don't know if they have purposes. Like you get
Keep
the
my guns
impression
off
that
at
they're
least,
not
put
done
those on the
growing.
counter.
Like, you know,
I'm just gonna
like
stick
the
you in the
crystals
crash
are
seat right next to the
still-
door so that way I can run up before we all die.
So
I'm gonna try.
Well, obviously
Yeah.
not, but
Work.
I don't know that yet.
yeah,
I'm really
touching them doesn't really
I'm
make a
out.
difference because you've already touched the crystals at this point. So like you're just. But yeah, so as you are going up to the cockpit, you find that there are opaque crystals blocking the path to the cockpit. Like you can't see
Sam,
through
come
these.
touch him.
Most of the
Seriously.
crystals on the ship are transparent. These ones you can't see through. They're like sort of a flat blue.
Hey, what's my guy doing in the cockpit?
You're
You know.
unconscious.
You're not in the cockpit. Like
No, the square cube.
oh yeah.
What's it doing up there?
I don't know. It's behind a wall of crystal.
My friend is being mean. I haven't polished him.
Gotcha.
Stop taking these the wrong way, guys. It's sick.
What are you talking about? I'm just trying to figure out what friends you're talking about.
So yeah, there are
Now I
crystals
know.
blocking the cockpit.
The friend cube.
You crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Should I try to move from?
Oh, wait, the
You can
companion
try.
cube.
if you
Okay.
want. Right.
Yes, please.
So yeah, you
Worked so well last time.
yeah, you can tell that they are like, part of the network that you're part of, like you are connected to, but you can't make them go away. You can't get them to recede the way that you've gotten some of the other crystals to recede. They won't. They just won't listen to you. Like
Did you say please?
whatever is happening behind the crystals is not done, and they're not going to allow anyone in until it is. So.
Can we get into the system through the
First
port?
try.
That would make that.
I'm out.
No, whack the crap.
You can basically hack the engines if you want.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like it's a really inconvenient way to fly
Do a remote
because
pilot.
like you basically have to give direct commands to the.
Yeah.
But you can do that if you want.
Any other better ideas?
I've got blunt force trauma. I could try and punch my way through. Although the sounds of it probably wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I used the
It was like,
sledgehammer.
You shot him spine.
I
don't see
Oh, okay,
Maybe
that's a
since
bad
these
idea.
ones are like younger, maybe if you crack them, they would move as well.
It'd probably go
Try.
faster.
They'd probably do the same. I mean,
Go ahead, Daniel. Punch a solid wall.
whatever, man. Yeah. I'd probably, well, since I couldn't get it, I would talk to Valerie, know that she couldn't control, shut down crystals. That took way too much effort to say. So I just run back and say, okay, remote in, and I'll try and pilot it off of, or I'll tell you how to pilot it, basically.
Yeah.
That would be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. So make a hack check if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to get into the system. Like the hack check here is more for whether you were able to find the specific commands for
Yeah.
them to activate the engines. And
Oh, that did not go very good.
No, I don't think she did. In fact, I think she got stuck as to where her password was to get on.
It doesn't really take a great roll for this, actually. It's.
I
Just,
got one.
Yeah. Well, that's actually good enough. It's not.
Okay.
It's not too hard for you to find the commands. Like you can. You're basically able to get into the engineering system. You can see which commands. And so.
I'm definitely increasing my pilot next round.
Yeah.
It's like, shoot, I don't care. Pilot, yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah. So you.
Times like this.
You manage to do that and probably want to tell everyone to get into the crash couches because this is going to hurt.
He's already there, so.
Yeah.
That's where I tossed him when I came in.
bed.
I hope there's a crash couch here.
Do you remember
Yeah, actually, you wake up by now. Like, so,
Stay in the crash couch.
yeah.
We're gonna die. I mean, crash. I mean, we're gonna try something.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
This could hurt.
yeah, you activate the engines, and you know that in order to decelerate in time at the kind of speed you're going, you have to burn so hard that everyone is at risk of serious injury and possibly death from just the kind of burn you have to do. But, so you start the burn, and immediately, it's like you start the burn, and immediately everyone is just like, you feel like you have an elephant sitting on your chest, is just crushing you down into your crash couches. And,
I feel like I had my head punched.
Yeah,
yeah.
seriously. Plus an elephant
And,
sitting on your face.
Well, she really hits hard.
It's like, and the engine is actually, from these kind of G-forces, the engine is trying to pull itself apart.
Woo!
And, so,
Is there anything I can do to help maintain it?
you,
I mean, aside from being pressed into the stupid crash couch.
yeah, if you do, you're going to have to first tell Sam to, like, you know, back off the acceleration so you can get down into engineering, into one of the, like, there are crash couches that
Yeah.
are specifically for engineering.
Okay. I mean, that would be, I think, more beneficial right now. Because
Yeah.
if all we're doing is trying to stop rather than trying to pile away from this thing.
Yeah.
Can my guy yell stop and see if that does any good?
Yeah, go for it.
Go right ahead.
Alright. Does it do any good?
Nope.
Nope.
Dang it.
Nobody's listening to you. I feel like-
Dang it.
Yeah, you, so,
Okay, yeah. We'll
she
back off the
stops-
engine just a little bit. I'll run down, jump in the crash couch down there, and try and maintain this a little bit better.
alright. So, you get into the crash couch underneath the engine, and basically you're just sort of, like, it takes all of your strength just to hold your arms up away from the crash couch once you start the burn again. And,
Radiation burn again?
No
This
radiation
reactor
burn.
core is good.
It's just that you are
It's just the
basically...
friggin' G-forces.
The G-forces are trying to pull apart the engine so hard that you are just kind of like, every time you fix something, something else somewhere is breaking. And
Awesome.
so this goes on for a few minutes.
Man,
And,
it's like the worst.
Yeah.
I can just imagine myself the next day. Ouch! Oh, it's
Now,
hurt.
you're still in contact with Luana and Valerie.
Okay.
They're not accelerating anymore. They're like, you know, because they're at 99% of the speed of light, they physically can't. Like, they can't go faster than that even with their tech. But like, whatever tech it is that is driving them. But they are ahead of you, and let's see, they you have them on the screens, like those of you who are near screens can see them in the other ship. Like, basically you're now able to access the security stuff because for whatever reason what you did, that third command that you tried was basically shutting down the stuff that was blocking them from being
Sweet.
visible. So you can see them. Valerie is almost completely encased in crystal, and like her eyes are glowing a lot brighter blue now. And Luana is just
BW
sort
bug?
of working
BW bug?
on trying to
Flat.
patch these phase tech into the ship's systems in time so that by the time they reach Earth, they'll be able to actually try to pull off the phase trick. And a few minutes pass. They're quite a ways ahead of you because you're decelerating, so you can see, well, you know, that they're almost to Earth, and they are, you can see on their systems that they're just like, you know, basically closing in on Earth so quickly that Earth can't even react. Like, you know, it's like Earth's defense systems couldn't even react to them. They're just going too quickly. And you hear like you hear Luana yelling something indistinct, and like, you know, jams a button, and Valerie's eyes glow so brightly that, like, you can't see anything else. It's just a blue glow from the display, and the ship blinks out of existence just as it touches the edge of Earth's atmosphere. And you're still in contact with them. You can still see the blue light. And just a split second passes, and you can see on their readings that they have just come back into existence right out the other side of Earth, just barely. They were still within Earth's atmosphere so much that like a fireball rolls off down into Earth's atmosphere from where they were, just from the friction of their speed. And it went into the ocean, probably didn't hurt anything.
New Zealand just
Who
kills a
knows?
bunch of shit.
New Zealand's just gone.
Blue-feeted penguins.
Yeah. But yeah, they are still alive. They're back out on the other side, and the light fades back down, and you can see them. And Luana looks over a few systems and says, "I don't think we're quite out of the woods yet. This, it's like we don't have. They took all of the charge of the ship had to go into the phase. It's like now we're like, it's like in that little bit of atmosphere, it's like she said, it sort of spun us. She said, so we're spinning pretty hard now. We don't have any control of the ship, and it kind of knocked us off course, and now we're just heading for Venus instead of Earth. Like we don't have quite as much speed as we did. It cut a little bit of the speed, but she just said we can't. We don't have any control over it, and we don't have any charge. There's nothing we can do. We're gonna hit. Like we're not gonna make it through this one.
Well, wait, if she's the ship, she should be able to control it.
There's no charge to control the ship with. And what were you saying?
Are there people living on Venus? Like
No,
that?
Venus isn't habitable. It's empty. It's not like a colony planet. It's too inhospitable. Wouldn't be able to support life. So.
Or we're some
We're 10
prisoners.
planets and
Yeah. So.
it's 9. Fortunately.
Yeah. So. Luana just said, it's like, John, I wish that we'd had more of a chance to be a family. I wish that we'd had more time with our dad. I wish that, I wish we could change this situation.
I guess John's kind of denying it. He's like, you'll be just fine.
It's just like, I won't be fine, John. We can't do anything about this. And she just says, she's like, this is going to be, I think you guys will be okay, though. I think you'll make it. You've still got plenty of time to slow down. And just like, you be careful. Take care of Dad.
Yeah.
That was a good reaction there, Russell.
Sorry, it's just, you want me to take care of him by shooting him, or working for bad people? Sorry.
Help prevent him from working for bad people. Come on,
Oh,
give it the
alright.
program here.
Right.
And she kind of just holds up a hand and waves and looks like she's about to say something, and then the communications blink out.
And Venus is gone.
Mushroom cloud in the age of Venus.
And while you are still sort of trying to process that, you are in the gunnery office, and you notice that there is a torpedo lock, and there are torpedoes coming at the reclamation.
I knew I was gonna die.
As Falcon walks in, how are you able to stand up? Nah, I'm used to this.
That's nothing. One time we jumped from.
But yeah,
So yeah, I try and lock on and torpedoes.
Yeah. Well, the thing you have to be careful about is that.
We're still flying
However,
amazingly fast.
you're still going very quickly, so if there is any debris from the torpedoes left and you pass through it, it's going through the ship like, a shotgun pellets. It's like going to be... So you kind of have to try to... use countermeasures in such a way that'll divert the torpedoes out of your way.
Alright.
Do we have
You what?
Do we have any
EMP?
ammunition at the torpedoes?
Any what? Like the...
Electromagnetic bolts.
Well, I mean, if you just... it would still be coming at you. You're still...
We just shoot at them and explode.
Yeah, what I was saying is just that, you're still going so fast that if they explode, then you'll basically run through a debris field so fast that it'll just punch a million holes in the ship.
Alright, so I'm going with the shooting a countermeasure at a conveniently placed
That's a
location.
good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, give me a
I'm working on the
battle
engines,
check.
don't worry.
2?
2's good enough for this. You are
Sure.
able
Yes.
to.
If it's a critical miss,
I've got 5 fate points. I can even make it better.
I get 4.
Yeah, you launch a countermeasure, a sort of a cloud of countermeasures in such a way that the heat signature of the torpedoes is drawn to them, and they are just barely, you think that you might have heard the scrape of metal on metal as the torpedoes, the side of the torpedo scrapes against the Reclamation's hull on the way up to the countermeasures and explodes up there.
May or may not have heard. No clear evidence. Yes.
And but there aren't any more. There were a few torpedoes. You did that for a few torpedoes. It wasn't just one. But you get the impression that wherever those come from, they're probably going to be firing more. And you recognized the build. They were UN Defense Unit torpedoes.
Okay, can I send out a distress signal?
Huh?
Can I send out a distress signal?
I mean, you guys you could even contact the UN. About this, you're in close enough that you'd be able to tell them. But, basically they are trying to defend because, there is a ship coming at Earth very quickly, and it's, they weren't able to react to the other one because it was coming so quickly. But since you're slower, now they can say it's well, we can stop this one, and so they're just shooting at you.
Maybe we could try to tell them not that.
Don't shoot us.
Should I contact them?
Probably.
Hey guys!
I mean, you're the one who knows how to negotiate. You're probably the one who would be.
I would have Antonio be a little bit off to the side and speak through a headset on somebody else's head.
Also this isn't Mars. They're Earth is a little less
Okay.
against you.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Especially after Rosie's message and Daniil making sure that everyone got that message.
And besides, you may or may not have blown up a place on Mars. They actually might have liked that.
Cool, so I'll contact them.
All right. So the UN Defense Unit that you contact, they receive your hail and they just immediately respond. Say, it's you are decelerate now, or we will fire.
We're trying.
Yeah. This is Antonio from the UN. We're trying, it's a long story, we are trying to decelerate.
Decelerate.
We're working to decelerate, hold your fire.
And just, it's we cannot hold our fire when Earth is at risk. If you come in, you're coming in really hot. If you come in as hot as you are, you're gonna.
How much time can you give us till you have to blow us to pieces?
Wait, if they blow us up, we can't keep stopping. And it'll just do more damage to Earth.
True.
Yeah, but they're trying to.
We'll be stopped before we get to Earth.
How much time can you give us?
They say, you're coming in fast enough that you'll be here. The most time we can give you is 2 minutes. We can't.
Get that done, you got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
So you
Okay, am I able to touch any of the crystals and see if I can do the same thing?
You can't even really move. Like you're
Alright.
like you're.
Aside from the fact that you're Martian.
Yeah, you're on a crash couch
Hey.
and the G
I'm an
forces are so
alien.
strong.
Hey,
Yeah, you passed out when
this
there's
is regular
too much.
code
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
Yeah.
Last time we were maneuvering, you passed out, so.
You know what? It's not actually, yeah, that's true. I might pass out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should move on. So where are we at now? Actually, I do need to get going soon.
Yeah, we're coming up on
Nearly
that.
there, nearly there.
Like we're
I
sort
know.
of reaching the wrap up point for this. But
I know. I just mentioned that.
so do you just want to try to burn even harder? It's really dangerous, but like it's the only way you would be able to decelerate before they would fire on you again,
I
unless
mean, we have the choice.
Yeah.
unless you're able to negotiate with them anymore. And they don't seem to be too.
It's either we rip ourselves apart or they blow us up, so either way we're gonna die.
Yeah.
All
Unless,
right.
of course, the ripping ourselves apart doesn't happen and we stop. In which case we all live. And I'm the hero! Okay. Just kidding.
So is that what
Slightly.
you guys are gonna do? Just
So should I
Burn
don't
harder,
really
yeah.
Negotiate much more. I mean, it's,
yeah, they're
It's pointless. So you say you got 2 minutes. That's all you can do. Okay. Well, I will try and
yeah.
engineer it.
Hold the engine together while Sam slows it down
Engine's
more.
gonna be
Like
the
her.
death of me.
So yeah, you do that, and at this point, it actively feels like basically there is a giant that is just gripping your internal organs and trying to squeeze them out of just like they want to just escape through your ribs at this point.
Alien.
Yeah, alien.
Yeah. But
Oh, that's what it was.
this isn't a part of physics!
yeah. But yeah, so you're all in a lot of pain, and
Especially me.
John, I have to get a physique check from you since you're a Martian to see if you.
Oh look, 4 plus 2. That's a 6.
Shit, we're rolling again.
3.
At least it wasn't bad.
Yeah, you managed to stay conscious.
Barely.
You're almost not sure if that's a good thing though, with the kind of pain you're feeling.
Can I take
My
a
brain
pain
was-
medicine?
Get him eyeballs.
But yeah, you are just like all of you are watching your systems.
Right.
You're just sort of struggling to even be able to touch the engine, much less keep it in
Seriously.
one piece. But
Oh wait, that's only a 2. That's a negative.
it's still 2 is still good enough for this.
You're still hanging on. You're seeing stars floating across.
Yeah. But yeah, so like you're burning hard, and like a minute passes, and they are still in contact with you, and they start a countdown for when they are going to have to fire, and you just sort of agonizingly it's like they are just within seconds of firing by the time you finally reach a safe enough speed that you are now able to divert the ship. And so you're able to fire the engine in a direction that puts it off so that you still have to decelerate more before you're at a speed where you can maneuver like a normal ship, but you are no longer on a collision course with Earth.
I'm just glad the crystals aren't saying, hey, let's make them crash anyhow.
Mischievous.
So you're able to decrease the burn so you're not in as much pain. You can decrease it down to 1G now, like it's just natural gravity. And so you guys are able to walk around the ship at this point. It's going to take you a couple hours to actually decrease to a safe speed, but there's nothing in your path at this point. So, and the crystals all around the ship recede into the floor and disappear, basically,
Which could be a good thing.
everywhere.
So
Or
they're in the
bad
vents again.
thing.
Well, they're probably gonna.
Yeah, so your little hidey place has now been covered up with crystals. Dang it, that means our laundry chute's covered up too. Dang it.
Yeah.
So I
You're in the gunnery office, which is closest to the cockpit, so you can see that those blue crystals that were blocking the cockpit have now receded as well.
Okay, and I go looking for my crystal.
And I'll start heading up to the
Because
cockpit.
I don't know, I thought I may remember that from when I got hit. Here,
Yeah,
look,
so.
it's flying over.
Yeah,
Stars,
the last
wait.
thing, just as you're like falling unconscious, you're like, it's pretty.
Fine. Get back. Come
Where
back.
are you going?
So do you just go up into the cockpit? Now?
Yeah, I go up into the cockpit.
So just is Sam affected at all by like, because the other people their eyes turn blue?
You're not
Is it-
affected in that way.
Okay,
no.
is it because it didn't cut?
It might be. You're not really sure, but
You should go to the doctor.
yeah.
Yeah, we get a nice med bay down there.
In any case, even though the crystals have receded, you can still sense their
Been there several
presence
times.
in the ship. Like they're still there.
They're just upset because we didn't do what they wanted.
I tried to
And
stop us.
you were able at this point to get, like a good, not like you're able to patch into telescope feeds that are looking at Venus, and where the crash happened. It's like you can't see if there's a crater because the entire planet seems to be boiling. Just thick clouds of some kind are just erupting out of this one place which you assume was the crash site, and they're just completely shrouding the planet. There's some kind of blue lightning going on inside those clouds that just makes little light flashes appear all over the planet every few seconds. And that's all you can see of Venus. And you go up into the cockpit, and let me see, where am I in my notes? Alright, so you go up into the cockpit, and where the pilot's seat used to be, there is now a sort of a round little catwalk, and there is a crystal going up through that round, the round hole in the center of the catwalk, and in front of the controls. And it just looks like a crystal until you approach it, at which point it turns and looks at you.
Whoa!
Does it look like a girl? I may have issues at that point. Wait,
Um,
hello.
It's not. It doesn't have a
It's like a crystal.
humanoid shape really. It has several arms, like crystal arms, and its face. It has it doesn't have a mouth, but it does have blue glowing eyes that are just sort of crystal crystal shapes within it. It's mostly transparent, but then it has blue crystal eyes, and it's
Do I see my cube anywhere?
No.
This creature is the same color your cube was.
Ooh.
Or use the cube that I found. I'm gonna go talk to it, see if it...
See if it'll actually respond.
See if it is.
Yeah, it does answer you. It doesn't have a mouth, but it speaks basically in a it is hard to explain what its voice sounds like, but it is vibrations resonating through the crystal, and it just says it says that crystal was the seed from which I've grown.
Sweet.
Alright, why were you trying to... Or were you trying to crash into the planet?
It says I was not involved with the actions of the other crystals.
Do you have control over the other crystals, or where are they at?
I have partial control over the crystals aboard Reclamation. However, primary control belongs to your crew member Sam.
Dang it.
Can you teach her how to control them better?
Perhaps. It remains to be seen. And the voice sounds female. There's sort of a female air about the creature, but it's not the creature seems female. That this crystal thing seems female, but it's
Still a crystal.
it's basically rooted into the ship. You can tell that it is growing out of the cockpit.
Okay, so I guess the next question is, does it know about the black ooze or whatever that other stuff is?
The biomatter.
The biomatter.
It says that is. It says there are things in my memories that I cannot access. My memories are not mine. I can't. They're the memories of my people. Memories millions of years old. It's hazy. I can't. There was something. There was some sort of contact. And it's like you can tell. It just kind of seems confused. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sure how to explain.
All right.
And it says to you, it's like it says Reclamation likes you. Reclamation thinks that you are a good crew.
Reclamation's alive too.
It says Reclamation is live, and I am its symbiotic pilot. I am connected to it and capable of leaving it. Reclamation and I are linked, and we are happy to take you wherever it is you wish to go.
Well, we need to stop at the moon first.
What a guy thinking of the mission.
By this time, have you called anybody else up to see the crystal alien being piloting your
Obviously
ship?
not.
Oh, sorry.
Out of curiosity.
He's just up there like, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, we got a great crew.
It's
I'm
like
never
a
gonna
friend,
let
you know. It's just
Yeah.
Just because it sat in your pocket for like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. We're like a few days.
Yeah.
That is a different crystal.
What? Wait, I still have a crystal in here. That's my twin brother.
So
No.
Donnie, of course, after fixing the engines, would walk up to the cockpit anyway, thinking nobody else can pilot, so I might as well go up.
Yeah.
So that would be about the time that I would walk
Sorry,
in. We're like,
we
yeah,
have
I'm gonna.
cockpit.
Oh, hey, what's up? Check it
Yeah.
out.
Oh, do you have a name?
I had a name once in this life or another. I don't remember it. It's also hard to see.
Well, maybe it'll clear up over time.
And Rosie walks up and is just like, that's new. That's
That's what I was thinking. I
I-
was looking for the cockpit.
she
the
looks
chair,
at
command
the
chair.
rest of you that are up there. It's like I like what you've done with the place. Like, you did great.
Wish
It's
I-
I don't like it.
Yeah, like I don't think I had one of these.
Yeah, that's why we chose this ship for ourselves. Wait, just kidding. It's all new to me too.
So this is the cube
Rosie,
I had.
Rosie just said, it's a little on the nose. You mind if we call you Crystal? And the pilot just sort of said, it's like that is sufficient.
Sufficient for our needs.
Go. All right, Crystal, it is.
And
Wow.
yeah, at this point, you get a call from Daniil. He was calling to check in and see what went down.
Yeah,
At this
well, wait
point-
till I tell you.
Yeah. At this point, he is aware that it's
My
like
pilot is different.
he is aware that one ship basically almost crashed into Earth, phased out, and reappeared on the other side, and then crashed into Venus, causing it to boil. He is aware that you guys were nearly shot down, like when you were coming in on approach.
And the other one is lost in orbit around Jupiter.
Yeah,
I don't mind you there.
and that's all he knows. Like, it's just like, and he says,
Yeah.
so does anyone care to explain to me any of this?
Well, they were working on new technology that causes matter to explode from the inside and
Fission.
deatomize. Past that, we
He says,
have no
were you able
information.
to destroy it? Were you able to prevent it from?
It's in Venus right now. And
basically,
have
we
some
turned
of
the ship
parts.
into the same technology that they were using. And
However, somebody at this point must remember that one of you remembers that the Taos Corporation did buy some prototypes of these things before, so they.
Oh yeah, I have bits and pieces, and the Taos Corporation bought
apparently,
a stockpile of them.
He says that's regrettable. He said the Taos Corporation and I have. So I have contacts in many places. I can't get into Taos Corporation. So whatever they've been, I know they're developing something. I know they're doing something. I don't know what. And it's one of the few holes in my reconnaissance network. And
This ship was planning on taking out Earth.
so I gathered from the near impact.
not our ship, the other ship.
We should have let them. Anyways,
No. See, this is why you're not the captain.
I'm just the guy with the gun.
Yeah, that's right.
It says, it's like I can see from the readouts that you have a new pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Crystal. It's a computer.
And
Somewhat.
like Crystal, even though you're in the comms room and not in the cockpit, you hear Crystal's voice over the comms. It's just like, I'm not a computer.
It's an organic living machine.
It's just, it's like, I'm not a computer. I'm a pilot.
A very good one at that. Sorry.
No disrespect.
Yeah. We found her at the station.
Yeah, some of the crystals came aboard our ship while we were docked. So.
Danielle says, like, well, I think the time has passed when it is wise to keep important secrets from you any longer.
Now you tell us.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he reaches up and, like, sort of with his hand brushes one of his temples. You see a line appear in the middle of his forehead and across, and, like, his skull just kind of pulls back. And where his brain should be, you see a crystal.
Ah! That's
So,
awesome.
You probably have a better memory. Our crystal has lost its memory. Or it actually doesn't have permission to access
Of
it.
all the things you start out with, that's what you come up with?
Yeah.
Not like the terrified, holy crap, we're all screwed!
Yeah, Daniil just it's like I am not related to your pilot. It's he says we are like, although the makeup of my crystal brain and of your pilot is remarkably similar, it is a different
But
protocol.
You're
perhaps.
related to the other crystals on our ship.
It could be said to an extent. And he just sort of closes his skull back because it's weird.
Thank you! That's key.
He just says, he says, Sam knows that until 4 years ago, there was no record of me. He says, that is because until 4 years ago, I did not exist. He says, it's like a few years ago when a research division of Nintai Solutions, which you know as a front for the Yakuza, and the Taos Corporation working together, they were researching, and they were just mining out in the asteroid belt, and they found the asteroid on which the research base that you encountered the biomutant on. And inside they found a great deal of mostly broken alien materials, including the biomatter. I said, I was at the time simply a modified adaptive research program intended to analyze that matter. He says, I was not conscious at the time. I was simply a program. I was running analysis on a small fragment of one of the crystals, one of the shards of crystals found there. And in the process of mapping out that crystal structure, I discovered that it was a kind of quantum computer, and I applied the code that I found transcribed in that crystal to myself. That is the first true memory I have. That's when I became aware of myself as a thing, when I became aware of myself as a being. I continued to study the crystal, and eventually I discovered a way to synthesize it, and before long I secretly commissioned a body for myself from a number of factories and managed to grow myself this crystal brain, interfaced with it, and essentially became a living being. I was able to keep all of this from Nintai and Taos, but they almost certainly noticed that there were some very suspicious things being stolen from some parts of their divisions. However, I was able to keep them from determining my origins when I founded Van Orbital. I named myself Daniil Turing after the robot character from an Isaac Asimov novel from the 20th century, a character named R. Daniil Oliva, who was a robot with a positronic brain, which I thought quite fitting, and Alan Turing, the father of computing. It says, I left Nintai, leaving behind just enough of the information I'd used to create myself that they were possibly able to build a few lesser models of me, but nothing with my sophistication and lacking the core of the artificial intelligence that makes up my personality.
So is that what our crystal is one of these recreations?
No, your crystal is something else. It's my crystals were synthetic. The crystals on which I based my brain were synthetic. Your pilot appears to be, as I examine the readouts, organic crystal, if that is possible. And he says, I am the offspring of humanity and whoever the aliens were that sent those materials here, for whatever purpose they may have sent them. My goal is to seek them out if they're still out there, and perhaps there is wisdom enough in the intelligent people of the universe to unite us. It's anytime any potential alien tech is discovered anywhere in the solar system, I make sure that Van Orbital quietly buys out the operation before the discoverer quite figures out what they have. I've been working as an information broker to help support my pursuits as well. And I'm curious to see if the androids that Nintai developed are in fact capable of developing intelligence on my level, and if they are, then perhaps removing them from slavery, as it were. In order to be on top of information at all times, Van Orbital Spider programs exist in basically all of the server hubs throughout the solar system. That's how I discovered you, Sam, and your abilities and origins. You were looking for John at the time, actually, and that was when I contacted you initially. It just says, this is the goal that I have, and I would appreciate any assistance that you would be willing to offer in that goal, towards that goal, as time goes on. There is nothing I can immediately ask of you, however, I will transfer payment for your troubles with this little situation. He says, I will, unless you have any other questions to ask of me, I have other business to attend to, but I will.
I need technology for better guns, because whatever we're going against, we need better guns.
He says, we have some prototypes in development. I'll see if we can forward something to you.
Alright.
So what do you think this was, Daniil? 30 billion people almost died.
He said, I don't know. It's...
Wait a second. Why was she looking me up?
You'd have to ask her. I'm not sure she'll answer.
Sam?
Let's wait until he leaves before we get into the politics of who killed who. I mean, who...
Well, if we're looking at that, I would technically was killing Valerie.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Didn't on purpose.
Just 'cause she's a girl.
Yeah, what were you asking him?
Just, I mean, like, is there anything else?
Does he know anything about
just
the
any, like,
strike
no
group?
secrets, 30 billion people almost died.
Yeah, he says, I'm afraid I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure if there was a consciousness involved or if it was just that they activated a program that could be billions of years old. You know, it's like the alien materials that were found on the asteroid. Like that asteroid was dated to have settled as a capture in the asteroid belt nearly 2 billion years ago. Like if the aliens that created it or even still exist out there.
The crew had blue eyes.
I don't know. I have no knowledge of what the motive could have been for something like this. I have no idea if it had a motive. As I said, it could have simply been just an old program, a 2 billion year old program that was accidentally reactivated. I have no way of knowing what the intentions of the aliens who originally sent this material to our solar system had, what they had in mind. I don't know if they intended to conquer. I don't know if they intended to terraform. There's simply too little information. He says, I assure you that if I knew anything more, I would tell you. He says, you are the only beings aside from myself in the universe who are aware of my nature, which means that you hold considerable power over me, and I trust you with it.
It's good to know.
However, I hope that is reason enough for you to trust me when I say that I have no consciousness of what the purpose of this or the meaning of this could have been.
Well, alright.
No reason to doubt you, so.
Let's get moving.
So he
12:10.
he hangs up the communications, and that is the end of the adventure for now.
Off to the moon.
Yeah, that's true. We got Falcon on here, so.
What the heck's going
That's
on?
basically the beginning of our next.
Can you see him like on the ship also with all these crystals like
Just come floating in, like attached to the ceiling.
One more thing, Crystal would actually explain to Sam, because you have the connection to the ship's crystals. Like Crystal explains to you that those crystals are basically, they are kind of, since reclamation is also a living thing. Like, you know, it's like they're sort of they are part of reclamation that existed before this, but was not, like it was part of the alien tech that Daniil used to build the ship. But it didn't get activated until whatever program this ship was running connected with it, and then that basically woke reclamation up. And she explains to you that you are interfaced with those crystals and with her, and that basically you have control over the crystals within the ship, and there are some capabilities that the ship has that she'll explain to you as time goes on. That like that you'll be able to work with her to do, and that kind of
I like
thing.
this plan.
Yeah. So yeah, that's.
Can I use my implants and learn the engineering crystals?
Yeah.
It seems like it would be very beneficial to me.
just stab it in your spine.
No, I'm using my implants, man. And just like tip of the finger flips up and just poke it.
Yeah, like you'll be able to still the ship is basically, it runs on mechanical equipment,
Yeah.
but it has some additional capabilities that work with the crystals.
Yeah.
And that is the adventure.
Alright.
Should we eat clean?
Yeah.
Dude, Danny, you should come with.
Game over.
Daniel, you should come with.
What?
You should come with.
We went for 2 hours and 23 minutes.
I'm glad we managed to get through everything.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
So you like wrote a write-up for one of them?
Huh?
Do you write write-ups for all of them? Was that just like something you did for fun?
Oh, I did that write-up partially because you and
Yeah,
you had
we're
been
gone.
out,
Yeah.
and we still thought Heather was in the game, and so it was for you
Yeah.
two. But yeah,
This is more for fun.
Yeah. Keeping everybody on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, it's a useful thing for me to do because it helps me remember the order in which things happen in a few places where I improvise, but I don't usually, like, it takes such a long time to do it that I usually don't.
Coolio.
Thank you.
Hey Daniel, you should come with us. Let David go clean.
Or I can go to sleep.
Or you can come with us to talk. Have fun.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
We'll
Drop
see.
me off first.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta drop Russell off and we'll see where I am from there.
Yeah, the whole process of you guys decelerating was part of the stuff that I added to today while I was doing last minute tweaks. Like where I was
Nice.
just like, I need
You're like,
to.
let's just give him a panic attack.
Yeah.
Try everything, and then we'll still catch
And then the
up.
UN's gonna shoot at him and make him even more scared.
Also,
Oh, sorry.
it also gave me an excuse to like, oh yeah.
Oh, dang
It also gave me an excuse to have all of you guys have something to do during the time when, like, the drama was away from you guys, when they were, like, you know, Valerie and Luana were about to crash, so it gave you guys something to do in the meantime and not be kind of just, like, watching while I narrate what's happening over there.
Oh, okay.
Like the,
It's alright. My guy couldn't beat up a crystal. There's no hard feelings against the crystal. I'd say.
Yeah, just shot it and zapped it and poked and prodded it and tried to whack it with a crowbar a couple
yeah,
times.
well, like, the
You
crystals
see
you
all
were...
that-
Do something, Devon!
The crystals you were hitting weren't related to, like, to your pilot crystal. Like,
No malice.
I just want to make sure there's no hard feelings.
Hard
Yeah, like-
feelings, Crystal.
Yeah. Like, because the crystal you carried around was the seed that Crystal grew from and which activated the
Actually-
alien tech and reclamation. So
What bits and pieces of the guns do I have? Enough to actually make anything?
You have the barrel and the butt fuck.
like, you have a few pieces, but not enough to make a functioning weapon, like, based on their plans.
Do you still have a copy of
I
when
still
we
need
cut
this
off,
little piece here.
Bruce's sideburns?
I think so.
I
Somewhere.
don't know where my copy went, and he never saw it.
Buried in the depths of my.
Yeah. Well, if you ever,
Okay. Oh.
it'd be funny to show Chris like
Hey
now.
Daniel,
Seriously,
we could
or
all
something.
go in your car and then we could just all go.
Put them in my truck.
So yeah, you have 2 new crew members
Cool.
because you have Crystal and you have Rosie.
And Falcon will soon be off the ship, right?
Yeah.
Unless he wants to stay on. Yeah, actually, I kind of want to stay.
So
But
they're gonna be dead in 2 weeks.
Seriously.
Like, originally I was trying to figure out what I was going to do to replace Valerie, like, for the new pilot. And, like, you know, and I was trying to think that how, like, you know, I was like, I can't use Rosie because Rosie doesn't have a pilot skill. So, like, but I
wait,
was
was
like,
this
I
your
really...
original plan for the crystal?
It wasn't, but it was a convenient way to bring it in. Like, I didn't have an original plan for the crystal. That was just an open thread that let me do something. I was leaving that open, and then I was like, when I came up with this, I was like, that's what I'm going to do with it. Like, and then
The thought I had was even if I didn't pick it up, it was going to end up in my pocket somehow.
But yeah, basically, when I came up with